Yo! What is good, Philly Take Nation, Sixer Nation? Welcome on in to another edition of Sixer Game Day Live. Philly Take with RB here on a Tuesday night. Getting ready to start off another 3-game week. Sixers get some big news tonight, as you can see on the thumbnail. Big fella is back. Sixers need him. They've been falling lately despite a big, crucial win the other night in dominating fashion against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Can they do it again against the tanking Pacers, against the team that is purposely trying to lose? See what happens, man. Going to be an interesting one with the best community in the world. You know the vibes, man. You know the vibes. Let's get it rocking and rolling, baby. Sixer Game Day Live. Philly Take with RB. Should be a good week. Let's hope so. Sixers need it. Sixers need it. Funny story, man. I clicked the live button to go live about 6 minutes ago, and I was doing my opening spiel, and I looked down and YouTube never processed it or something, and it never went live. So I was talking to myself for a couple minutes, but anyway, we had to run it back. We're here. We're all good. Thankfully, this isn't some big preview matchup to talk about. I mean, let's be honest, right? 76ers, they need this win tonight. They need it badly. But, I mean, well, I don't want to jinx it. They have to pull out this win, man. They got to pull out this win. We'll talk about the matchup and all that. But yeah, welcome on in. Happy everybody is here. Hope you are all doing well. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're tapping in from. Welcome in to Philly Take with RB, Sixers Game Day Live show, presented by our great friends at National University. And as always, we are powered by the Sleeper app. We have the 31-26 Philadelphia 76ers taking on the 15-43 Indiana Pacers. This is the #1 Sixers Game Day Live show. We give you pregame, live game, postgame coverage with our staple play-by-play reactions and our analysis as it all goes down. We read out your comments in real time, and we take your calls after the game. Do me a favor right now, go down below, hit that thumbs up button, get the likes going, don't slack, attack. Let's push this show out to a bunch more fans, new fans. We're trying to continue to grow this NBA community. So hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button to get in on the family, and make sure to hit that noti bell. That way you don't miss any of our videos, shorts, or live shows. We are pumping content every day. And last but not least, make sure to follow us everywhere: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and audio. All those links are down below. You can click on our link tree link and then follow each one from there. We are posting exclusive NBA content on those platforms as well. So if you don't want to miss anything, make sure you follow us everywhere. And last but not least, shout out to our great Fire Take Nation. Shout out to the members. Thank you all for being here all the time. And get those emojis flowing in the chat. All right, let's kick it off on our pregame show here. Speaking of which, we have Big Rud channel member. He says, member for 3 months, a long-time respectful troll. Much love, bro. Hey, appreciate it, man. Big Rud is one of our OGs, man, and he's not even a Sixers fan. That's the epitome right there. It goes to show you don't just have to be a Sixers fan to be in on the community, man. So Big Rud, thank you, man. And shout out to everybody wherever y'all are tapping in from tonight. All right, man, what do we really have to say about this matchup? I mean, the Sixers played the Pacers earlier this year. I believe they beat them pretty handily. Let me go ahead and check what the score of that game was. Back in January, they beat them by 9. Actually, they beat them twice. The first time they beat them by 10, and the second time they beat them by 9. But in reality, I remember that those were like pretty, wide-stretched games. Like, there wasn't anything crazy. Like, the Pacers put up a little fight, but the Sixers were able to dominate. Yeah, and the Pacers at this point, I mean, credit to them. I think they had a really good sneaky trade deadline. They were able to get off Benedict Mathurin, who was on an expiring contract, to actually a guy that I had listed as a potential Sixers trade target. And they were able to get back Ivica Zubac, the center that they've been lacking after they let Miles Turner walk in free agency. So, in my opinion, if the Pacers can keep their first-round pick, I think they're in a really good spot. They get Tyrese Halliburton back next year, and they have Zubac, and they continue to build out their team, especially if they get a top 10 pick. But the tricky part is that they traded their pick to the Clippers, but they put these crazy protections on it. So pretty much the Pacers keep their pick if it's in the top 4 of the draft or from 10 to 30. So very interesting protection. I can't say I've ever seen something like that, but pretty much the Clippers are hoping that it goes anywhere from 5 to 9 on draft night. And if not, the Pacers will keep it. So anyway, how does that apply to tonight? Well, the Pacers are trying to lose every game possible. Like we said last show, it's not a guarantee that they're going to get in the top 4, right? They're just getting a higher percentage chance. But right now, they have the second worst record in the NBA. And the Kings won last night, and they had the worst, I believe, by 3 games, maybe, or 1.5 games, 3 wins. Fact check me on that in the chat. I believe the Kings have now 2 less wins than the Pacers because they won yesterday, thanks to Russell Westbrook. So pretty much the Pacers are trying to lose every game. They are trying to end up with the best odds possible to get that top 4 pick. So the Pacers will not be trying to win this game. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That is my analysis for this game. Now, let's look at the injury reports real quick. For the 76ers, as we said, Joel Embiid is back tonight after missing 5 consecutive games with right shin soreness. You may say, man, why is Embiid coming back against the Pacers? Well, let's be honest. Without Embiid, with the exception of last game, the Sixers have been almost unwatchable. Like, they can't do anything good. Thankfully, Maxey and VJ were able to come out of the shell and get back on it last game. But who's to say that they're going to do that again? So, honestly, Sixers have to keep treating every game like it's a playoff game. And I guess, in a way, this is a good work it back type of game for Joel. I wouldn't be surprised if he came out here and dominated tonight. So we'll see what happens with Joel Embiid. Paul George remains out with a suspension. Janai Broom out with a torn meniscus. Beauchamp out with the G League designation. And for the Indiana Pacers, bear with me here. Siakam was the latest to go on the injury report. So Siakam is out today. Ethan Thompson is out. Obi Toppin's been out. Ivica Zubac out. Andrew Nembhard was questionable but is available to play. Aaron Nesmith is out. Talon Peter is out. Micah Potter is available. TJ McConnell questionable but now available. Cam Jones available. Quentin Jackson available. Tyrese Halliburton out. And Johnny Furphy out. So maybe I should have told you who's actually playing for the Pacers, even though I barely know myself. So anyway, again, the Pacers are pretty much resting everybody outside of Nembhard and McConnell. Now again, we saw it in that second matchup. Those guys are gritty. You know what I mean? Like, they know how to play, and if you mess around and you screw around, you know, they could stay in the game. With that being said, yeah, I mean, I could sit up here and say the same things every game, you know, rebound, second chance points, fast break, third quarter. But to spare you on that, I mean, just do the things I've been saying for the last 2 months. That's really it. Now, again, the Sixers are going to have to go back to playing a completely different way tonight. It's going to be Joel Embiid ball, most likely. I would expect Joel to have a monster game. I do think he's been dealing with the shin soreness, but, you know, a lot of people are frustrated right now just with how the optics have been with the whole injury situation. Thankfully, again, the Sixers were able to get a big W the other night, but they certainly need this one. Thursday, you play the Miami Heat, who've been up and down. Then you play the Boston Celtics on Sunday. So, yeah, this is an important couple-game stretch. And then March begins what I'm calling the gauntlet. Same thing as last year. I believe it's 18 games in 30 days, which is going to be a lot of games. I think there's 3 or 4 back-to-backs. So the Sixers have to get every win that they can to ensure that they stay in the NBA playoff race and not fall into the play-in. Now, if we look at the standings here, one more thing. Philadelphia 76ers currently sitting in the 6th seed right now. They're a half game ahead of the Magic and the Heat. So this game and Thursday's game will prove to be crucial if they want to stay in that playoff spot And Miami plays the Bucks tonight, and the Magic are out west playing the Lakers. So, again, it's going back and forth. It's very close, and the Sixers have to win as many games as they can. And for the Pacers, again, they're the worst team, or second worst team in the NBA, but first worst in the Eastern Conference. So, I guess my final question is, can the 76ers win a game in which the other team is purposely trying to lose? Well, you could look at the Pelicans game a few games ago and say maybe not, but now that Joel's back, you would think that they can make this easy. Wouldn't it be nice to have one more easy non-cardiac game? Like last game, honestly, to me, felt so out of character for this 76ers team. Usually they either lose in a blowout or I'd say like 92% of the games are just absolutely cardiac. Last game was really nice, actually, getting a nice beat down in, and I thought the Sixers just did all the little things well last game. I thought, they played with great momentum and rhythm, and they were great in transition, and they were hungry. You could see it. And I feel like this is a game tonight where even if you don't shoot the ball like you did last game, what was it, 57% or something like that? Even if you don't shoot the ball well and do all that, you can still win this game just by doing the little things well and playing with effort. So we'll see what happens, man. It's going to be interesting. It will surely be interesting. All right. We will get to our final predictions here on the other side. But first, before we do that, got to give a shout out to the great partners of the show over at Sleeper. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not checked out Sleeper yet, you are sleeping on the game. Sleeper is your one-stop shop for all your sports needs, where you celebrate, chat on games in real time, get the fastest news, scores, and alerts at your fingertips. You can play fantasy football, and you can participate on Sleeper's Picks, which is our favorite, where we choose 2 to 8 of our favorite players pregame, live game, or across different sports. All you have to do is pick the overs or the unders, and you can make these entries in 30 seconds or less with a $1 minimum. It is that easy, so download the app, sign up, use our code PhillyTake, and get a $100 match on your first deposit. And as a promo right now, you can get that free $20 entry on Sleeper. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. All right, man, let's go make the picks for tonight's game. So we head over to the Sixers-Pacers game. Let's see what we got going here tonight. It was funny. You weren't here last game. I did a complete reverse jinx parlay for the first time, and it actually worked. And the Sixers actually blew out a good defense. So you know what? I'm running it back, man. Why not? Why not? I'm taking I'm taking Embiid under points, rebounds, assists. I'm taking Maxey under on the points. I'm taking VJ again under on the threes. And just for the fun of it, I'm going to take Barlow under on the rebound. So we're going full reverse jinx. We'll see if we still have that magic touch again. Those will be our 4 picks. It is as easy as that. Took us less than 20 seconds. Make your picks over on Sleeper. Download, sign up, use our code PhillyTake. Get the 100% match up to $100. Thank you to Sleeper for partnering on the show. We will check back on these picks at halftime. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It is officially time for our final score predictions. In the chat right now, here's what I want from you. Number 1, your final score prediction. Who is going to win the game? Who gets the W tonight? And number 2, who will be the leading scorer in points in this game, and how many points will they have? So again, final score prediction, who gets the W, and who will be the leading scorer in this game, and how many points will they have? Once again, I want to just say thank you all for being here. Appreciate you on a Tuesday night. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody stayed warm with the snowstorm yesterday. We'll give an update on the neighbor situation with the snowblower here in a few minutes. And yeah, man, we will continue to rock out here on a Tuesday night where the Sixers desperately need to get another win, as they're a 10.5 point favorite. Make sure y'all like the show, man. We got 36 on the like button, 90 people in the chat. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. All right. I'm torn. I'm torn because part of me wants to continue the reverse jinx. Part of me wants to continue that and pick the Pacers to win. But I just don't even see a way in my heart that the Sixers could fumble and lose this game. But you know what, man? I went with the reverse jinx parlay. So I'm going to go with the reverse jinx score again. And I'm going to do it until it doesn't work. So I'm going to say the Pacers win the game. How many points do the Pacers even average a game? They got to be like last or second to last, I think. They're third to last in offensive rating. Sixers are at 11th. Actually, I'm sorry. They're third to last in scoring. Sixers are 11th in scoring, but in offensive rating, the Pacers are dead last. So this offense stinks, and their defense is number 21 in defensive rating. So they're a little bit better defensively, but their offense is absolutely brutal. But yeah, I'm going reverse jinx. I'm going to say the Pacers win it in a nail-biter, 106-104. But for my leading scorer prediction, I'm going to say Joel Embiid dominates the game because I really do believe Joel will come back and try to make his presence felt. He usually does this against some of these subpar teams. He'll come back and, you know, I could see Joel dropping like 40 in this game, to be honest. I'm going to say he drops 36 in a... Well, I'm not going to say it because that would go against my pick. But I'm going to say Joel Embiid drops 36 and the Pacers get the W 106-104. Joel Embiid against Jay Huff, who the Pacers did not trade at the deadline. They did trade Benedict Mathurin, but they did not trade Jay Huff. All right, man. Give me your final score predictions in the live chat. Who do we have in here, man? Busy B, what's good? Karen, what's good? Smiley, what's good? Says hit the like chat. Exactly. Hit that thumbs up. Coach RJ says Sixers lose 114-108. Here, Philly Payne says 117-99. Sixers, Maxey 29, Embiid 25-10. D-Bomb says 117-103. Sixers, Oubre 26. Clint 111-103. Embiid with 32. Bird Gang Nation says Philly 116-107. Maxey 36. Busy B 125-110. Embiid 34. Karen says Sixers 114-100. Embiid 34. Dave says Sixers 121-94. VJ with 22. Amari says 126-115. Maxey, Embiid 45. Coach RJ says, RB, I'm doing the reverse jinx like last time. Let's go, RJ. Let's go, man. Hop on the reverse jinx train, man. 118-111, or I'm sorry, 118-117 Sixers says Eagle. Maxey 37. 112-107 Sixers. Maxey leads scoring with 34 says BLSG. 120-110 Sixers. Maxey with 30. Smiley says definitely worked last game. Busy B says Jay Huff and Puff might cook us though. Only the real Sixer OGs know that Jay Huff goes off against the 76ers. Blowout for the Sixers. Sixers 127-119. Siakam 42. Siakam's not even playing, man. If Siakam was playing, I definitely would be a little more feared about this game for sure. Smiley says, I'll never doubt you again, bro. Busy says, Siakam not even playing. Anthony says, yes, sir. Cubes in the house from Deception Bay, Australia. Sixers win 111-99. Maxey 32. Lou World says, got the flu, but the Sixers are more important. Call me MJ. Let's go, Lou World. He's showing up for the trivia race through a flu. Might be a flu game tonight for our guy, Lou World, man. But hopefully it's not a flu game for the 76ers. Hopefully last game wasn't a fluke game for the Sixers because they have lost 4 out of their last 5. Pacers are not much better. I mean, they're obviously tanking. And matter of fact, we have a funny story to talk about with that. But 76ers need this win any way possible. Let's freaking go. Don't give us a cardiac game with 2 seconds to go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time, man. Drop the beat. Let's go. Let's go. TJ McConnell 5 steals. I like that prediction. You know TJ's going to cook tonight. But the Sixers got to get it done. Sixer Game Day Live with the community. Best in the world and your boy RB. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go, man. Sixers versus the Pacers in Indiana. Tuesday night hoops. Let's go, man. I have a funny story to talk about with Indiana from today, but listen, man, welcome into the Sixers Game Day Live show presented by National University, powered by the Sleeper app. Thank you all for being here. A couple housekeeping rules. Number one, please do not spam in the chat. You will be timed out by a moderator, and don't disrupt the flow of the chat like that. And also, please do not spoil the game. If you are watching it on your TV at home, please time it up with our stream. That way you don't spoil the game. Only type it in the chat after I call it. We will have our scoreboard hopefully finished soon. But with that being said, man, shout out to everybody. Best community in the world. Thank y'all for being here. And yeah. So the Indiana Pacers, I believe, could be in trouble with the NBA because apparently, matter of fact, let me pull it up on Twitter so I don't misspeak. There was a situation, let's just say, with Rick Carlisle, the Indiana Pacers head coach. And let's just say that, you know, they have their pick if it's top 4 or 10 to 30. Well, Adam Silver may do anything he can to make it 5 to 9. Because apparently Indiana Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle says that the NBA asked him directly if they could consider medicating an injured Aaron Nesmith to play in a game as the Pacers were 30 games under 500. The NBA then put out a statement responding to that. And they say that, hold on, where's my follow-up statement at? Here it is. NBA spokesperson says that the comments made from Rick Carlisle are inaccurate and an independent physician led the medical review. Pacers general manager and team senior vice president, sports medicine and performance were all interviewed as part of the process. The Pacers confirmed that it had provided all of the information requested, and the team reported that the interview was not necessary. So somebody's lying, man. Somebody is lying. And it sounds like with the whole tanking talk going on with the NBA, maybe they tried to get the Pacers not to tank. They're like, yo, did you medicate that boy? Did you get him ready to play? Did you give him whatever drugs needed to get him on the floor? So somebody is lying. Yeah, so the Pacers need to lose every game possible to give themselves the best chance, but it might not even matter. One thing I wanted to say about the Pacers real quick too, just a reminder, right? Something we've talked about a lot here on this show over the years. You know, always appreciate a certain season to what it can be and like where you're at, right? I used to say this a couple years ago. I was like, yeah, even though the Sixers are losing in the second round every year and it frustrates us and makes us lose years of our life, you know, appreciate that they can at least make the playoffs, because then we saw what happened with the Sixers last year and it wasn't fun. And I look at the same thing with the Pacers, right? And it's like they were in Game 7 of the finals. They were in the conference finals the past 2 years. And look at them this year. They're the second worst team in the NBA, and they're trying to get a top 4 pick. So you never know what's going to happen, man. Try to appreciate the season for what it can be. With that being said, I do understand how frustrating the Sixers can be sometimes. Tyrese Maxey coming off a 39-point masterclass. Can he replicate that? Can he keep it up? Looks like we got about 10 fans waiting here in Indiana. I mean, if I was a Pacers fan, I'd be mad off the rip. The fact that they did not want to pay Miles Turner. I mean, I know Halliburton got injured, so it makes sense. And now they got Zubats, which is better. But if I was a Pacers fan, like, they're probably all checked out right now. They're probably all checked out at this point. So I guess the question is, what will Joel Embiid look like? How will he perform? We have 25 games left, 24 after tonight. So, I mean, we're getting down here on the tail stretch. We are getting down to it, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting. Again, Pacers are pretty much sitting almost everybody outside of Nembhard and McConnell and Jay Huff. And the Sixers get Joel Embiid back tonight. Joel has played a total of 31 out of 57 games. So a little bit over half. But, yeah, I mean, before Joel got, I guess, hurt again with the shin soreness, you know, he was looking like an MVP candidate, right? Like, you look at Joel's last number of games. I mean, we'll read out the box scores here. It was pretty nuts what he was doing. You know, 33, 9, 3, and 1. 35 points, 7, 7, and 2 blocks, 24 points, 40, 37, 29, 38, 32, 30, 33. So Joel Embiid, man, in the month of January was unbelievable. I mean, he averaged almost 30 points a game, 8.4 rebounds, 4.6 assists, shot 36% from 3, 85% from the line. He looked like himself again. He looked like MVP Joel Embiid. So that's what they need, man. They need Joel to come right back, get in a rhythm, and, you know, dominate. Simple as that. This should not be a game where it ends up close at the end of the game. But anyway, yeah, so in terms of the neighbors, guys, we got to actually give credit to the neighbors. First off, get us to 100 likes in the chat, man. Hit the thumbs up button right now. Get us to 100 so we can hit the horn. We got to give the neighbors a little bit of love. They did end up letting me use the snowblower. So very surprising, very shocking turn of events. But I got to give credit where it's due. So W in the chat for the neighbors. We'll hit the bell one time. I've had a lot of criticisms for the neighbors. They've caught a lot of heat. They've been up a lot of late nights, but we got to give them some credit. You know what I mean? Now, to be fair, still had to end up shoveling a little bit. Snow is very light. Not like before, thankfully. But W for the neighbors. W. Nice things to say about the neighbors. My world is crumbling, says Power Duster. That's hilarious. Estelle says, I became a Pacers fan last year when they were blowing out the rest of the East with clutch shots, and I'll always be a TJ fan. So, Estelle, you're not a Sixers fan anymore? You're a Pacers fan? You're a Pacers fan? Yeah, W's for the neighbors, man. They finally get their first W ever in the chat. Maybe we won't wake them up tonight. We'll see. Yeah, that is crazy that they tried to tell me that they had a flat tire on the snowblower. It is crazy. Maybe they got it fixed. Who knows? I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But yeah. Maybe if the Sixers win tonight, maybe we'll run the song back another time for the neighbors. Yeah, it was very light snow. I agree. All right, man. We got Sixers and Pacers. Is this Indiana right here that they're showing? No wonder people don't go to Indiana. There's nothing here. No way that's Indiana. I've heard that Indiana was very, like, desolate, but there's nothing there, man. Talk about small market, man. Said he must have been on fire last year when they were in the finals. Karen says your neighbor gets honorable mention just for the creative excuse. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. We'll give them that. Estelle says, wouldn't be here if I wasn't a Sixers fan and a member of the show. Let's go, Estelle. All right, man. 200 people in the chat. 200 people in the chat. Y'all know what to do, man. Guys, we're dropping content every single day on all platforms. Support us everywhere. Thank you for being here in the Game Day Show all season long through maybe one of the most taxing seasons ever calling games for this team. I mean, we've been through a lot of dramas, you know what I mean? But this season has just been wild, man. Like, the unpredictability of this season is just nuts. Nuts. Busy Bee says Indiana got blasted with snow as well. Mikey tuning in from work. What's up, man? Fredo says, when is the game? I don't know. Let me check with my sources at the NBA. Beep, boop, beep, bop. It will approximately start in 3 minutes and 47 seconds. Estelle says, been a Sixers fan before most of you people were born. Dang, Estelle, why are you coming crazy at the chat, man? Coming crazy, my guy. We believe you. We believe you. We got you. Once again, shout out to the great partners of the show that make this possible. Thank you to all of you as well. Shout out to the members. NBA's really trying to drag this one out, aren't they? This feels like a game where the Sixers should just come out and dominate right from the opening tip-off. Joel, first 10 points of the game type of game. Let's go, guys. Drop some fires in the chat. Fire in the chat. Yes, Joel is back in action. Joel Embiid is back tonight after missing 5 straight games. Can we get 25 more likes? Can we get to 100 right now? Even if you're a shadow watcher, you know what to do, man. Hit that thumbs up. Helps push this stream out to new viewers. Alrighty, man. Sixers taking on the Indiana Pacers. Starting lineups tonight for the Sixers: Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Kelly Oubre, Dominic Barlow, Joel Embiid. For the Pacers: Andrew Nembhard, Cam Jones, Ben Shepherd, Jarris Walker, and Jay Huff. Sixers finally won a game after losing their 4 before that. The Indiana Pacers have lost 3 in a row, and more than half of their team is out. So, let's see what happens, man. Let's do it. Good to see Joel back on the court, that's for sure. All right, here we go. We are off in Indiana. The tip-off won by the Sixers, and Kelly Oubre takes it all the way down the floor, puts it up and in. Sixers off to a quick start. Nembhard kicks back to Huff. Here is Shepherd. A lot of ball movement off the rip. Players obviously still want to try to win. There's a 3-ball in the corner from Cam Jones. Number 7, Cam Jones. Pacers rocking the white unis tonight. Sixers rocking the blue unis. It's been a while. There's Tyrese Maxey. Maxey guarded. Comes around an Embiid screen. Drives downhill. Goes all the way. Maxey goes up and in. First bucket of the game for the All-Star. Here's another float up from Cam Jones. Gets it to go. How about the first 5 out of Cam Jones? Second round pick this year out of Marquette by the Indiana Pacers. Actually, he was drafted by the Spurs and then traded to the Pacers. Joel Embiid working on Jay Huff. Crossover, pull up, deep 2. Can't get it to go on the first attempt. Here come the Indiana Pacers. Once again, no Benedict Mathurin anymore. He was traded away. Siakam is out. Everybody else is pretty much out. Neesmith, Halliburton, Furphy. Kandisha says we should be winning by 15 points tonight. Exactly, at a minimum. Here's Shepard, former first rounder. Going to find Walker. Now Huff. Dribble handoff back to Jarris Walker. Dribbles all the way in. Floats up inside the paint. And it is airballed. Rebounded by Barlow. Here come the 76ers. Maxey on the other end. Dribbles, drives, beats Shepard all the way. Couldn't scoop it up and in. And the Pacers have it here at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Here's Jay Huff going to dribble, drive, kick it out. Jones again from the corner, and the third one goes. So the first 8 are for Cam Jones, and don't tell me, once again, another player is going to eat the Sixers alive off the bench. Or not the bench, but, you know, a guy that's fairly new and inexperienced. Maxey takes the dime from Joel and missed it. Pacers have another board. It's 8-4. Here's Nembhard going to find Jay Huff. Here's a wide open 3 from Walker. That one left short. Joel going to bring it up the floor this time, looking at how he's moving around, and he almost threw it away, but he finds VJ in a tight window, and VJ is going to knock down the trifecta. 8-7 is our score. Here's Andrew Nembhard. Nembhard coming around a screen, pops it out to Jay Huff, and B jumps off his left leg. Huff takes it all the way to the rim. Just a terrible, terrible decision by Joel Embiid. And now VJ came up limping a little bit. Hopefully nothing there. Here's Tyrese Maxey going to find Joel one-on-one. Joel puts it up, and he draws the foul on Jay Huff. So Joel Embiid headed to the line for 2. Let's keep an eye on VJ Edgecombe. Jay Huff is having a little smack talk with Kyle Lowry on the bench. I knew Kyle would be good for something. Looks like VJ may have planted his leg a little oddly. First one good at the line. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get some blue and red flowing in the chat. We still don't even have 100 likes yet, man. 320 people watching us right now. Drop the blue and red in the chat. Hit the like button so we can wake up the neighbors, but very quietly, because we'll give them one pass. We'll give them one pass. W's for the neighbors, man. Busy says we're guaranteed to have a player of the opposite team looking like prime MJ against us. That is a fact. Joel going to knock down the second. 2 of 2 at the line. Let's go, members. I want to hear you in the chat. Nembhard around his screen, kicks it up. In for the first time is number 11, Micah Potter, who is questionable to play but is good. Shepard left it up and short. Joel with a nice contest, but it's going to stay with the Pacers. Shout out to Kyle Lowry talking his smack on the bench, making his impact felt. Nembhard has to get it up. He does. Here's Walker up top to Shepard. Ben Shepard. Crossover. Had it plucked away. Gets it back to Jones. Here's a 3 from Potter. It's off the mark. Shepard. Sidestep 3. And he knocks it down on the second attempt after the Pacers rebound. And they lead it 13-9. Here's Kelly Oubre dribbling, driving into the paint, goes all the way up and in through the contact. Kelly Oubre with a nice bucket, 2 of 2 now. Here's Cam Jones working against Kelly, blows by him into the paint, floats it up. This one rolls out. Here come the Sixers. Maxey up the floor. Working against Jones, finds Joel. And Joel lost control of it, poked it away. Here's Shepard going all the way, and he lays it in on the other end. Here's Tyrese Maxey now. Maxey guarded by Shepard. He's going to find Joel Embiid in the post. Joel working against Potter. Here comes a double team. Kicks it out. Kelly Oubre pops a three. Cha-ching! Kelly Oubre, 3 of 3 to begin this ball game. 15-14 is the score. Here is Jarris Walker going downhill against Embiid. Awkward landing. Couldn't get it to fall. Here come the 76ers. Maxey brings it up the floor now. Maxey, a heat check. In and out. Joel looks like he's moving pretty slow around, and VJ just intercepted a full court pass with one hand. Maxey has it up the floor, stops on a dime, finds Joel, who gets double teamed. Joel finds a cutting Barlow. He goes in against the man in the paint, fouled, goes up, and got it. Was it an and one? No, it was not. They're going to get him before the foul, or before the bucket, excuse me. So Barlow is going to head to the line for 2. It's going to be a shooting foul when we come back. All right, man. Once again, drop those blue and reds in the chat. Let's go ahead and give some love to our 76ers. And did we hit 100 likes yet? I think we did. All right, we're going to wake up the neighbors, but we're going to give them a little bit of a pass on the other side here. We'll hear a quick word from our partners of the show.
Meet my dad. National University supports all his ands with flexible online courses. He can be a student and catch bad guys on the internet and teach me how to hit a curveball and serve his country. He's an ander. National University, supporting all your ands.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to wake up the neighbors. But because they let us use the snowblower, and they actually got a W for once, let's drop a W in the chat instead of a yes, sir. Drop the W's in the chat, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's all they get. We won't wake them up just yet. Now, if we get another 100 likes, then we will go back to waking them the hell up. But shout out to the neighbors. They get a W for once. And yeah, man. Appreciate them. Shouts out to everybody in the live chat. We got Pure Philly Payne in here. Busy B, John Monroe, Cable SC. What's up? Estelle in the house. Marsha McCollum. All the fire take goats. We got our guy RJ in the house. What's up, RJ? Lionel, what's good, man? Dave in the chat. Eagle in the chat. Smoke in the chat. West Side in the chat. Yeah, Rare Neighbors W, man. Maybe the first one ever. Shout out neighbors. But hey, like I said, if we get to 200, man, we'll wake them the hell up, man. Can't give them a pass for the whole game. Tyrese Maxey is 6 made threes away from becoming the Sixers' all-time leader. Shout out Tyrese Maxey. Well, Barlow just missed both free throws. So here are the Indiana Pacers, once again with the Rock. In for the first time is Quentin Jackson and Kobe Brown. Brown's going to miss a three. Pacers get the offensive rebound. Joel standing around. Here's a three ball from Brown. Missed it again. This time it's Tyrese Maxey picking up the board. DJ Edgecombe in stride for three. Off left. Trivia coming up at the end of the first quarter. If you were not here this past weekend, we had a back-to-back. Shout out to all the soldiers that were rocking with us. We had 2-point trivia bonus questions. So, like I said, we got about 25 games left. We're going to be doing a trivia bonus week. Nembhard for three, knocks it through. Probably going to do that some point in March with all the games coming up, but we may have like a 4 or 5 game week with 2-point bonus trivia. So again, got to stay tapped in throughout the show. If you want a chance to get in the loop. Max, he tries to post up and he gets fouled at the end of it by Quentin Jackson. Maxey did a good job selling the foul. So Maxey headed to the charity stripe for 2. Mr. Scum in the chat, what's up, bro? George, what's up, man? Thanks for hitting the thumbs up button, bro. Who else we got up in here, man? Port Richmond in the house. What's up, man? Maxey going to knock down the first. Estelle says the answer to the trivia question is Kyle Korver. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull up the list right now. Maxey had 4 threes last game, getting closer to becoming the Sixers all-time leader. Isn't that crazy, man? Isn't that crazy? Nembhard threw it away to nobody. Maxey takes it all the way down the floor. He's got a wide open triple, and there is one of them. Could he do it tonight? Could he actually do it tonight? That'd be crazy. So the all-time leader for the Sixers is not Kyle Korver, which is what Estelle said. It's actually Allen Iverson, which is crazy to think as well. Maybe not too crazy, but still a little crazy, as Potter is going to knock down a 3. They're getting cooked by Micah Potter. Korver's number 4 on the list, though. Joel going to dribble, drive all the way to the rim, goes up, and gets it to fall. First field goal made for Joel Embiid back from the injury. He's got 4 points on the night. Here's Nembhard, drives into the paint, turns, spins, back to Walker. He completely beats VJ to the rim for an easy layup. So now the Pacers lead it by 2. VJ at the nail, kicks back to Maxey, now Embiid. Dribble handoff, finds Maxey on the go. Maxey almost postered Micah Potter. That one would have got me out of my seat. They're calling it out of bounds on Maxey. Maxey thinks it's on Potter. But before I think about that, holy crap. Tyrese Maxey almost just put that man on a freaking poster, bro. Tyrese Maxey's different right now, man. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Sixers throw it away now, though, so it results in an empty possession. There goes Potter on the other end trying to get some revenge, and he does. Last game, Tyrese Maxey threw down a left-hander on Anthony Edwards and Jaden McDaniels. Here's Joel. Pushes off his man and gets an easy layup to the rim. TJ McConnell in for the first time for Indiana. They're definitely going to go deep into their bench here. Once again, Pacers purposely tanking. Second worst record in the NBA. Kobe Brown fouled by Kelly Oubre. See, sometimes it's hard to call the game when you're still trying to process a thought in your brain. Bro, Tyrese Maxey almost freaking put that down on Micah Potter. That would have been the nastiest dunk of his career. Like, he almost posterized that man. Sixers are playing pretty stupid right now, though. They're making a lot of turnovers. But anyway, so again, it's Allen Iverson, number 1. Maxey is 5 threes behind. Then it's Robert Covington, of all people, at number 3. Kyle Korver, and Tobias Harris is number 5. So just goes to show there haven't been a lot of players that have played here, for a long time. Like J.J. Redick is number 9 on the list. He only played 2 seasons with the Sixers. If he played 2 more, he probably would have had the record himself. Anyway, here we go, man. Cameron Payne in for the first time for Philadelphia. So once again, Nick Nurse trying to mix up the lineups a little bit. Still trying to figure out what the role really is for Cam Payne. They kind of play him and then they take him away. Quentin Grimes is in now as well. So Grimes, Bona, and even Jabari Walker, they all came in with Maxey. So he's going to leave Maxey in, and there is Maxey turning over the ball. Here's TJ McConnell in the paint, fades back, can't get it to go, left it a little short. There's Tyrese Maxey working against Jackson, and Maxey turns it over again. Easy steal and an easy coast-to-coast layup for TJ McConnell. And the Sixers find themselves down by 7, so much so that Nick Nurse needs to take a timeout. A terrible sequence of events by Tyrese Maxey. If I'm Nick Nurse, you got to get Maxey a little rest here, man. He's already been in for the first 8. You rested everybody else, but so as hype as I was about Tyrese Maxey trying to throw down a posterizer dunk, I mean, come on now. Guys, I promise you, I'm not going to get overly frustrated with this game. I'm not. But the Sixers, they better wake up soon. They better wake up soon. This just goes to show the type of system that the Pacers have. Like, they could have anybody out, any star out. They play together and they play hard. Simple as that. Guys, 450 people in the live chat right now. First off, welcome into Sixers Game Day Live, presented by National University. Thank you for being here, and shout out to all of you. With that being said, please do me a favor and like the show, subscribe to the channel, get us to 52K tonight so we can keep growing the family. Got a lot of good content in store. I'm going to drop our link tree in the chat so you guys can follow us on all platforms, and I'll drop the membership link if you'd like to become a channel member as well. Shout out to all the mods holding it down in the chat. Yeah. What do we think about this game so far? I'm not going to overreact. Pacers just play, they play together, man. They do play hard, even though there should be no way that they should stay up in this game. Also, I was watching the San Antonio Spurs yesterday. They took on the... yes, sir! I watched the Spurs take on the Detroit Pistons in Detroit. Very tough physical team. I'll talk about my thoughts on the Pistons probably a little later on as well, because I'm really starting to believe in Detroit. I don't know if they can make it all the way, but they're freaking tough, man. But anyway, I watched the Spurs go into Detroit and pretty much bully the Detroit Pistons. I mean, Wemby didn't even shoot that well, and he had 17 boards, 5 blocks. Spurs have won 9 in a row. I'm starting to think the Spurs are going to win the title. That's my next revelation. I'm starting to think the Spurs are good enough. They've beat the Thunder 4 times this year. They're a good squad, man. And they remind me a little bit of this Pacers team, how they just play together as one unit, no egos, all just, contributing in different ways. And Spurs have a lot of perimeter length and athleticism and just the right fitting pieces. So it's been fun watching them. $10 super chat from Philly for life. Philly. What's up, my guy? We'll read your super chat here in a second as the Pacers have now switched to zone defense at 2-3. Bona chucks it out. Wide open 3 from Grimes. Grimes is good. Let's go, man. Grimes was cooking last game, had 19 off the bench. It's been a long time since Grimes did that thing, and now Potter's going to answer with a 3 of his own. Bona with a defensive blown assignment. Leaves him wide open. Pacers have 33 points here in the first quarter with 3 minutes left. Here's Jabari Walker. Going to find Cameron Payne. Walker going to set a screen. Payne with the right hand. Dribbling in, gets stopped, goes baseline all the way. Quick layup, and he missed everything. Oh, boy, man. McConnell. Here's Cam Jones. Second round pick, going to find TJ McConnell. McConnell drives, spins past Payne. He made him look silly, but Payne fouled him on the tail end. So it is going to be a foul on Cameron Payne. McConnell will go to the line for 2. Cam Jones, second round pick this year, number 38 out of Marquette. $10 Super Chat Philly for Life says he's back like OJ and Beast is on the floor. So happy to see it, RB. Sorry I'm late. How are we doing, fellas? How does the big man look? Gassed. Bonus going to have to pick up the slack till Bede gets his legs back. Facts on top of facts, man. My opinion of Joel so far, so he does have 6 points, 2 boards, 3 assists, and a block. Those stats would tell you he's playing a really efficient game. I'm still seeing a lot of lapses on the defensive end. He's made some nice plays. He's moving around okay for the 8 minutes he played. He'll probably still end up with like 30 tonight. But the defense just has not been there, man. And there are the Sixers turning it over again. This has been a really, really sloppy quarter. It's crazy to say, but like if the Sixers slack too much in this game, like this could be in jeopardy, which is wild to say. I mean, they should not lose this game. Pacers are down about 8 players, including Siakam and Halliburton, obviously, and just everybody else, man. Cam Jones fadeaway over Campaign. That one left short. Sixers have it, 34-26. This is kind of how the last matchup went, too. It was like a little cardiac at the beginning for the first half. Grimes pulls a 3 and misses it. I'm telling you, man, like watching a lot of the other teams around the league, the 76ers just don't. There's Grimes with a steal and a slam on the other end. Nice play by Grimes. On offense in the half court, the Sixers really do not do a lot of things. Like they really just have like one guy isoing, maybe one quick screen action and a pick and pop, and like that's it. Whereas I'm watching the Pacers go boom, boom, boom. And like it doesn't make sense to me, honestly, because last game the Sixers did move the ball well. Guys were like really, they were doing a lot. I pointed it out multiple times. Pin downs, flares, all that. And like tonight they're just back to being like ISO heavy. And then there goes Kobe Brown, the former first-round pick back in 2023. He's going to be fouled. Pacers in the bonus. So, yeah, Pacers going back to the line for 2. Busy B says Sixers always make things harder than it has to be. And you know what, Busy B? I got to comment on that real quick. It's so funny to me, guys. Like every game, right? We do live shows, we do the post game, we drop shorts, we clip the post game. Like we're putting out content on all these different platforms. And every game, man, I get people in the comments. They say the same thing. Well, watch next game when RB's back hating on the team. And then when they win, watch RB back calling them the best team ever. Like people don't understand. They just look at the final scores of these games. They don't really watch it like we do. You know what I mean? They don't understand as Grimes goes in, nice contact, and finishes with the layup. Like anybody that says that stuff, man, like, do you watch these games? The Sixers make almost every game harder than it has to be. And then they'll come out like they did last game and beat the Timberwolves outstandingly as the Pacers miss a 3. Here comes Cameron Payne up the floor to VJ. VJ tries to lay it in, left it on the railing. Bona couldn't tap it in. Here come the Pacers 3-on-2. McConnell goes all the way untouched and lays it in. But yeah, they're like, oh, you're going to be back to hate on the team next game. You mean if they lose, I'm going to analyze it and tell you what they did wrong? Yes, exactly. And it's not like they could just lose normal. Like, again, they're giving up 40 points to the Pacers in the first quarter. It's like, I don't ask them to do these things. They just do it. You know what I mean? People don't understand what analysis is, bro. If they win, I'm going to tell you what they did well and why they won. If they lose, I'm going to tell you why they lost and what they did not do well. 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 10 seconds separating game and shot clock. Fadeaway 3 from Campaign. It's an air ball. Like I said, just really no creativity for this team at all. They're doing whatever they want on offense. TJ McConnell drives, kicks it out. Open 3. Missed it at the buzzer, thankfully, even though it was wide open. So that takes us to the end of the first quarter. 76ers trail 38-30. They give up 38 in the first quarter. They got to bounce back and be a lot better. But it is officially the end of the first quarter. We got almost 500 people in here. Hit the like button right now. Subscribe to the channel. It is officially time for our favorite segment, Sixers Scholars Trivia. Presented by National University. Shout out to our great partners. Go check them out, nationaluniversity.com, or click the link down in the live chat. Check out their career, curriculums, degree programs, and all that good stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. Not going to be a bonus question worth 2 points tonight. We will have more eventually, but still an important question nonetheless. First person to get it in the chat will get the question correct. Will get a point. Most points at the end of the season wins. I will say the question first, and then I will put it into the chat. Only one guess permitted. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's go. Sixers Scholars Trivia question presented by National University. The question is, what is the most points scored in a single game by a Sixers player ever against the Indiana Pacers? What is the most points scored in a single game in Sixers franchise history by a player against the Pacers? $5 super chat. Philly for Life says, I hear you, RB. Does Nurse coach these guys or have practices? Man, they play street ball out there. It's kind of wild, bro. Philly for Life, we notice it, right? But then when you start to watch other teams, like I've been watching a lot of other games, I'm like, where are all the little things that make an offense creative? And I don't get it because Nurse did a lot of it in Toronto. So, like, do we just not have the personnel? Are we not good enough? Like, these are the things I think about. It's just crazy, man. It really is. All right, let's go back over to chat. All right, we'll read out the correct answer in just a second at the next stoppage. But once again, the question was, what is the most points scored in a single game by a Sixers player against the Pacers? As the Pacers miss a three, it was Jay Huff back in the game here to begin the second. Grimes with a wide open triple, can't knock it down. VJ, the offensive rebound, and he is fouled on the putback. So the correct answer, it actually happened just 2 years ago, back in the beginning of the 2023 season. I remember the game very fondly. We were streaming it. The correct answer is Tyrese Maxey, and he had 50 points back on November 12th of 2023, right to begin the season on that. I think they were 8-1. They were like on a big win streak to begin the season. First person to get it correct in the chat is our channel member, Jerry the Man 1297. Jerry, congratulations. He says 50, and he was correct. We had a 52, and Cable said 51. Very close. Very close, but it was Maxey with a 50 bomb against Indiana, which was actually his career high till this year when he broke it against the Bucks. Bonus slammed down a dunk, so the Sixers bring it within 4. Here's Shepard dribbling, driving against Maxey, kicks to the corner. Jones now up top to, Kobe Brown up top to TJ McConnell. McConnell, the crossover, pull up baseline, can't get the bounce. Barlow rips the board away, goes down hard, takes a spill. Here comes Tyrese Maxey now with the rock. Maxey dribbling, driving, floats it up, blocked by Huff. Will it be a goaltend? That is the question. Looks like a foul coming up. Jerry, congratulations on your first trivia win of the season. Shout out to Jerry. So Jerry's on the board. Let's mark him down on the tracker. Like I said, some more bonus trivia questions coming up soon. Once again, thank you to National University for partnering on the show for our favorite segment, as always. Maxey knocks down the first at the line, so no goaltending. All right, chat, how are we feeling, man? 450 people in here. Can we get to 200 likes? Thank you all so much for being here, man. We do this every game, in case you're new. 4 hours of coverage every game, pregame, live game, and postgame coverage. We have great moderators that hold down the chat, a great community. Even if you're not a Philly fan, you're absolutely welcome. Just hang here and watch games. We're going to be doing a lot of different live streams in the playoffs as well. So even if the Sixers don't make it that far, we're going to be streaming the other games like we did last year. And we're going to be putting out some extra content on all of our socials. So make sure you follow us, IG, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and everywhere else. Bag says, down 4, can you guys please start winning? Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Jay Huff to the rim, tried to rim run, and he couldn't throw down the poster. Maybe it would have been like a semi-poster. VJ on the other end, he's fouled by McConnell, and VJ goes tumbling, taking a beating here early in this game. Maxey did knock down the 2 at the line. Alba says, campaign man, I liked him. I'm yet to be convinced the Sixers should have got him from Europe. Well, a lot of Sixer fans who are still trying to say that the McCain trade was smart are trying to cope by saying that campaign was some savior. I don't agree with it. Now TJ McConnell's arguing about something with the referee. I don't know what they're looking at right now. But yeah, the Sixers did acquire a late first-round pick. It'll probably be mid-20s from the Houston Rockets. Starting to watch, some draft breakdowns, things like that. It's going to be interesting see what the Sixers do with that pick. Why are we still stopped here, man? Maxey going to knock down at the line, 39-38. Who do you guys think is going to win the who do you think should be the favorite to win the NBA title right now? Do you still think it's OKC? I'm starting to think it could be the San Antonio Spurs. Do we even own our first-round pick this year, RB? No, we don't. It's top 4 protected. If it somehow would get in the top 4, the Sixers would keep it. Otherwise, it goes to the OKC Thunder, which is the funny part as to why the Sixers should have gotten their own first-round pick back for the Jared McCain trade. I'd feel a lot better about it at that point, but they didn't. Here's the dribble, drive, pull up, mid-range. Kobe Brown can't knock it down, but he gets the offensive rebound on a tip from Jay Huff. Here's another 3 from the Indiana Pacers. That one's missed by Jackson. Sixers have it. They lead by 2. Maxey stops on a dime. 3-ball in transition. Bang. Maxey back with a bang. He's got 13 on the evening. And now McConnell's going to turn it over on the flip side. So it's a 5-point lead now for the Sixers. Couple Spurs. Wow, a lot of people agreeing with me that the Spurs could win. Spurs are OKC. My thought is, well, why not get it back? Yeah, they should have. Someone said Celtics are going to win. Spurs hands down. I got money on the T-Wolves. And Boston has long shots if I win either. Let's see. Who else we got up in here, man? Pure Philly Paints is 13-0 run. Is it 13-0? Is it 13-0? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's play a fun game we like to play here in the second quarter. It is called Drop the Spot. We like to shout out where everybody's watching the show from tonight, as we are going worldwide here. Shout out to everybody. Drop your country, states, cities, towns, whatever you feel necessary in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from tonight. Is it a 13-0 run? You're right. Shout out to Pure Philly Pain, man. See, you guys are my helpers as well, man. This is a one-man produced production right here. We're trying to handle everything at once, so I don't even catch some of these things sometimes. But yeah, 13-0 run. It's a good call. After the Pacers, actually, they haven't even scored in this quarter, have they? No, they haven't. 13-0 to begin the quarter. 13-0. All right, let's see who we got up in the chat tonight. We have... Someone said Detroit looks really good. They do. They did get bullied yesterday. That was a great game. Spurs beat them down. Got Maryland in the chat tonight. Lancaster, PA. We got Busy B from the ATL. Dubman from Kansas City. Rob tapping in from Richmond. Swarthmore in the chat. We got Montgomery, Alabama in the chat. Langhorne, PA. There's no way that OKC would have traded this year's top 4 protected pick. Well, what it means is the Thunder get it as long as it's not in the top 4. That's what that means. But then you should have never traded Jared McCain to begin with. Wilmington, Delaware in the chat. We got Southside, New Jersey, 676 squad up. I love how Mr. Scum is always repping, man. Canada in the chat. Phoenix, Arizona. Belgium in the chat. Cali. Eastwick, Philadelphia. Montgomery in the chat. Fishtown in the house. North Philly in the chat. Northeast Philly. West Philly in the building. Bloomsburg in the chat. Fredericksburg in the chat. East Brunswick in the house. At ShopRite. Okay. Philly in the chat. Bloomsburg in the house. NC in the building. Palisades Park, NJ, says John. State College in the house. And Canada in the chat. And California in the house. York, PA. Let's go. Let's go, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for dropping it like it's hot. All right, guys. Now we need to get to 200 likes, man. But more importantly, we got to get to 52K tonight. Share this stream in your group chat, man. Send it to a family member. Send it to a friend. Send it to your neighbor, man.
Let's go.
I want you to go knock on your neighbor's door or window and just hold up the stream, man. Tell them to subscribe, man. All right, so the Sixers are on a 13-0 run. Big start to the second quarter. Maxey, VJ, Grimes, Barlow, and Bona. Here's Grimes, Bona inside, posting up against Micah Potter, floats it up and in. So it is now a 15-0 run. Here's a turner, a hook. Jarris Walker can't get it to go. Here's Tyrese Maxey one-on-one. Maxey turning, spinning. Maxey posting up. Maxey fades and hits. Yeah. Yes, sir. 17-0 run for the Sixers. Here's Andrew Nembhard working one-on-one against Don Barlow with the left hand. Dribbles, drives, floats it up, and he is fouled by Barlow. Guys, as soon as the first quarter was about to end, I tweeted out, time to wake up, fellas. And then immediately the Sixers go on a 17-0 run. So once again, 76ers are working the reverse here, the reverse jinx. And they just don't like to obey. They do everything opposite of what I say. First one good. TTB, $5 super chat. He says, let's go, folks. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We haven't really dropped the yes, sir yet because we gave the neighbors a pass on the first 100 likes because they let us use the snowblower. Shout out to them. W for them. But once we get to this 200 bomb, we're about to wake them the hell up, man. EJ going to find Tyrese Maxey and an illegal screen on Adem Bona. You know what really gets me about Adem Bona, man? Like, he could be so good. Like, I see the vision. You ever see a player or someone in your life, you're like, I see the vision. I really do. Here's Walker for 3. That one's off the mark. Rebounded by Bona. They just got to get his fundamentals worked on, man. VJ drives the lane, goes up, draws contact, no whistle. What a bucket. Where's the foul, man? Where's the foul? Walker with a dime. Nice hands by VJ. Poked it away. It's going to stay with Indiana. Dude, that should have been a foul, man. Micah Potter. By the way, Tyrese Maxey is now the total leader in points in the NBA. Not points per game, but total points. So shout out to Tyrese Maxey. Nembhard a deep 3 at short. You have actual people on the internet who will say Tyrese Maxey's not having a good season. Like, they might actually be drunk. Maxey, step back from the logo. just a little bit short. That would have been nice. Here come the Indiana Pacers. VJ guarding on ball. There's a step back three. Nembhard. It's short. Maxey picks up the board. Here come the 76ers up the floor. Grimes going downhill all the way. Got it. And one. Drop the ones in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Woo! Ones in the chat, baby. Drop those ones. Wow, the neighbors were actually nice for a change. They were. They get credit. They get credit tonight, but we already gave them a pass, so we need 15 more likes. We're going to wake them the hell up this time. Edward says Maxey for 45 tonight. Alden says this is only year 2 Bona. By year 5, he's going to be a starting caliber center. I don't think the Sixers have time to wait for that, my man. People who are on the Maxey slander legit have no brain cells. That's a fact. The ESPN list for the Team USA is null and void. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Maxey should absolutely be on the Olympic team. People that say Maxey's not having a good year, like I said, are actually insane. It's now a 22-2 run by the Sixers. So they have finally woken up. Joel Embiid is back in the game now. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I'll be honest with you guys. The run started when Joel went out. Here's a 3 from Indiana. That one's off the mark. I think Joel was holding them back in the first quarter defensively. He's still trying to get back in his mobility. Maxey with an unbelievable up and under. How about that? Put some English on that one. Got it to roll in off the rim. Unbelievable shot. And there go the Pacers. And Joel watches the layup. Joel, I'm not trying to pick on you, my man, but come on, bro. You got to jump. If you're not feeling well, like, why are you playing tonight? VJ gets it poked, and oh my gosh, bro. Don't crash out, RB. Don't crash out. It's okay. I got to put myself in load management mode for the playoffs, man. Don't crash out. But come on, bro. Lazy turnovers. Joel, you got to move, my guy. Joel sets a screen. Oubre dribbling, lost it, and he walked. See, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Why do you have Kelly Oubre running pick and rolls? I feel like Nurse does not he does not call any plays. They did call Nick Nurse a star merchant, I'm not going to lie, with Kawhi. But like in 2023, when the season started, before Embiid got hurt, like the Sixers were running like the craziest offense I've ever seen with Joel Embiid. Like, run a play, man. Maxey one bouncer to Embiid. Embiid floats it up. Wow, it's circus style. Joel Embiid with an unbelievable shot. Got it to fall. Wanted to foul. But then the Pacers run it right back down the floor. I don't know how to describe the Sixers. Like, I don't know, man. Here's Joel for 3. Joel Embiid! Soon as I start talking about Joel, perfect timing again. Are the Sixers running a zone, or did Joel just leave him wide open? J. Huff misses a 3 anyway. Here come the Sixers up by 13. Maxey draws the foul. It's going to be on Andrew Nembhard. But yeah, what I'm seeing from Joel, like when he's actually trying right now, he's playing well, but he does look a little bit like I got to get back into conditioning. I wonder who the Pacers would even draft if they got one of those top picks. Like, if they get that top 4 pick, man, the Pacers are going to be really nice. I feel like my guy in the draft has kind of fallen out of the top 10, which is good. Yo, if my guy falls to the 76ers, man, he would actually be the perfect fit for our team. Even though he is older, I think he's like 23, 24. He would be perfect, man. But I don't think he's going to fall down to the mid-20s. Maxey going to knock him down at the line. He's 7 of 7 from the stripe. Here's a catch-and-shoot 3 from Shepherd, and he drills it. Sixers lead by 12. 5:18 to go here in the second. Maxey going to dump it off to Joel Embiid. Joel going to pull up a mid-range. See, now Joel's getting in his flow state, man. Joel Embiid's getting in his flow state. As soon as I started talking about him, he's going off right now. 3-ball missed by Indiana. They get the board, though. Dude, Joel didn't even go in the paint on that one. Here's the dribble drive. Watford in for the first time, gets it to go. So now Trenton Watford getting a few minutes. He's been out of the rotation last couple games. Nemhard kicks to Shepard, spots up a three, it's short. Joel pulls it in. Joel all the way up the floor, nice find. Grimes goes up and he's fouled. Who's your guy, RB? So, quick story, and again, we'll talk about this more. If you haven't been here before when I've talked about this, this guy, Yaxel Lendenborg, he's on Michigan. I believe, well, they lost to Duke. They're probably still in the top 2 or 3 right now, but I used to hoop with this guy a little bit, man. Crazy, like many years ago, before he hit an insane growth spurt. It's a crazy story. Maybe one day I'll do like a members live stream and I'll talk about more of this with you guys, but yeah, so I used to hoop with Yaxel a little bit back in the day. Not that much, but like, you know, we've played, and seeing his journey, man, going from a JUCO to UAB, making the tournament, then he goes into the draft process last year, then he goes back to college, and now he's on one of the best teams in the nation. It's crazy, man, and he's their leading scorer too. Here's Indiana, 4:20 to go in the second quarter. Potter back to Walker. He drives against Oubre, floats it up, and gets it to go. RB, did you play for Nova? No, I did not. I'm a Nova fan, but I did not. I was not good enough to play for Villanova. I wish. I would love to play for Jay Wright. Maxey at 3. That one's off the mark. McConnell picks it up. Here come the Pacers down by 13. Potter drives, lays it up, and in. Yeah, you know, we'll be doing our draft breakdowns in the summer like we do every year. Definitely looking forward to watching some tape. It's going to be a really good draft class. Looks like we got a foul on Joel. It's going to be a charge. But yeah, guys, go check out Yaxel from Michigan. Check out his highlights. It's crazy the journey that guy's been on, man. But happy for him. I don't think he'll make it out of the top 15 though. Only reason he would is because of age. There's Jarris Walker. Walker gonna dribble, one bounce, floats it up, and Potter lays it in. I'll be honest, man, this is like a whole convo for a different day, but I never understood the, like, we can't draft a 22, 23-year-old player type of thing. I understand, like, maybe in the top 3, right? But, like, Joel, nice drive. Man, these guys cannot stop Joel Embiid, man. He is going to drop 30 tonight. But, yeah, I don't understand why, like in the top 10 or 12, like, you should still be able to draft, like, a 22-year-old player. As long as it's not, like, number 1 or number 2, where you're going to have to pay him a max contract and all that. 3-ball is good from Cam Jones. This guy's cooking. He's got 11 points now, 3 threes. But, again, in my opinion, if you can get a good role player at 10 or whatever, right, like, why not? Most of the guys that go around then, unless you get lucky and find a gem, are just solid role players anyway. They got him going at 8 on most drafts. Yeah, he was in the top 10. I don't know if he'll stay in the top 10, but he's like a Swiss Army knife player, man. Obviously, I have a little bias, but, you know, he's a good player, man. I'd be happy to have him. But we'll talk about the draft stuff another day. Ladies and gentlemen, drop some fires in the chat right now. I want to know who's in here. We got 550 people. We still don't have 200 likes. Come on, man. Hit the thumbs up button while you guys get us to 200 so we can wake up the damn neighbors. I got to give some love to our great partners of the show over at National University. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking to go back to school, level up, get that next degree, but you feel like you may not have the time, the energy to do it, You're like, it's just another thing on my to-do list. Well, guess what? NU is perfect for you. They make it easier for you. They design these 4 and 8 week online quick courses that help you balance work, life, and school. You can go to work in the day, school at night. It's as easy as that. You get to start sooner, finish faster with National University, over 150-degree programs, a 50-year history of innovative learning and support models for non-traditional and working students. And they are one of the largest private nonprofit accredited universities in the U.S. Right now, through the end of March, they're offering a scholarship designed just for you, the Year of You Scholarship. Apply until the end of March, and with this scholarship, if accepted, you can get up to $6,000 annually towards a bachelor's or a master's degree. New year, new goals. Shout out to National University, and go click their link down below. Check them out. All the info on their site where you can juggle school with everything else life has to offer. Shout out to the proud partner of the show, National University. Thank you to them. And thanks for being a partner of our great trivia question, which, by the way, trivia board leader update. We got Lou World still sitting at the top of the throne at 9, and we have Bird Gang Nation number 2 with 6 wins, Cable with 5, Banj with 5, and Daniel with 4. Still a lot of time to get back in it, though, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Jerry for winning his first trivia of the season. We got Estelle in the chat, Smiley in the chat. Knicks and Cavs playing in the first quarter. The honeymoon Harden phase is insane, man. They did lose the other day to OKC without SGA and Jalen Williams, but they'd won 7 in a row. It's crazy. Mr. Scum says, go Owls Temple all day. Here's Joel Embiid. He's going to turn, float one up. Tried to draw the foul. They didn't give it to him that time. 2:20 to go here in the second. Shout out to Busy B holding it down in the chat. Where's our guy Dom Boyle, man? Dom took the night off. He's like, screw the Pacers. Kobe Brown kicks it out to Potter. He dribbles in, drives, chucks it up top. Jones, McConnell. Walker corner 3, no good. Jarris Walker's an interesting player. Potter under the rim. He goes up, lays it, and fouled by Embiid. Yeah, so Embiid is not looking good on the defensive side. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Embiid is not looking good defensively. I know a lot of people won't like hearing that right now, but he's playing great offensively, but his defense is like all over the place. And the Sixers went on a 22-2 run without him on the floor. Do we have 200 likes? We do. We do. Drop the fires in the chat. Drop the yes sirs, man. Ladies and gentlemen, drop those yes sirs in the chat, because now we got to really wake up the neighbors, man. They must be sleeping good right now. Embiid for 3. Can't get it to fall. Now it's a 5-point game. See, the Sixers can never make it easy. Jones driving to the lane. Nice met by Trendon Watford. What a freaking block that was. Watford turns, kicks out to Maxey. 15 on the shot clock. Maxey, ooh, the crafty move, and finds Embiid under the rim. That was nice. Was that behind the back? That was nasty. Who says Maxey can't be a playmaker? Grimes now going to steal it away. Watford up the floor. Watford getting extended minutes, and the ball bounces off Embiid's leg. Embiid dives on it. I just got some scary flashbacks. Nick Nurse called a timeout. Joel was on the floor, and I saw whoever that was. I don't know who it was, but they dove almost over Joel. I was like, holy crap, watch that knee. Watch that knee. Dude, that was a nasty behind the back move by Maxey, and he dished it on down below. No look to Embiid. That was nice. Maxey is hooping tonight, man. He is absolutely hooping right now. guy's got 19, 6, and 5. Wow. It is pretty crazy, man. Like I said last game, how quiet people get when Maxey has a good game, as if we can't just like support Maxey and Embiid. It's very strange, but Maxey's absolutely hooping right now. He really is. All right, drop those yes sirs in the chat. Let's go.
Yes,
Wake 'em up.
sir.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir, man. Shout out to the neighbors. We got to wake them up now. Maxey going to find Embiid again. Embiid jabbing, dribble, spin. Nice move, Embiid, and he's fouled. Embiid going to the line for 2. 500 people in the chat. Get us to 500 likes. Let's go. Like I said, this is a game where I expect Joel to just really get back into his rhythm and probably just get the rust off. And it looks how he did early in the season. You know what I mean? Like, he was great offensively and his defense stunk. But, you know, guess it's expected. All I know is that Tyrese Maxey is absolutely cooking. Embiid will get back to form. We got to give some love to Maxey because he was struggling for a couple weeks. And last game he came out and he dropped 39. He was unbelievable. And tonight he's got 19, 6 boards, 5 dimes. He's leading the team in rebounds, assists, and points. He is completely controlling this game right now. That's why I love Tyrese Maxey, because this dude's going to work, man. He's not going to make excuses. He knows he was playing like crap for a couple weeks, you know, while the team was trying to burn him out. This is a game where they need to go up by 30 points at the end of 3, and they need to give Maxey a rest for the entire 4th quarter. That's the goal. That's the goal. Last game, Maxey posterizes Edwards. Tonight, he almost posterized Potter. He's hooping right now, man. Drop those Maxey emojis in the chat, man. We got some kind of review going on right now. Are they reviewing this for a flagrant foul? Or no, did the coach challenge that it was a foul on Embiid? I can't believe they're looking at this. And watch, they're gonna reverse it. Watch. Now they put the headset back on. Potter definitely grabbed Embiid, stuck his arm out, but they're gonna call it on Embiid. Watch. Dude, how long does it take to make a call, though, for real? Wow, so they did not reverse the call. Credit to them. They kept it on Micah Potter, who made the first foul by sticking his arm out, which is the correct call, in my opinion. Micah Potter, a 3-ball on the other end, left it way short. Sixers lead by 8. 35 seconds to go here in the first half. Joel trying to find his spot in the mid-range, pulls it up and knocks it down. Yeah, this Potter guy, he can't guard anything, man. Here's the dribble drive past VJ. Nembhard couldn't get it to go. Nice defense by VJ. One more here for the Sixers. 5 seconds. Maxey, VJ, dribble, drive, pull up. Got it with 1.2 to go. And Watford fouls Nembhard. Come on, man. Watford, why would you do that, man? Didn't Watford do that earlier this season too? Like, just a stupid foul, bro. Why would you do that? Why? Like, what was the point of that, man? Honestly. If I'm Nick Nurse, I got to sit down Trendon Watford and I have to ask him, like, you know they're going to be in the bonus. Like, why in the world would you do that? That's like some stupid, like honestly, even like a 10-year-old wouldn't have made that foul, bro. Why would you run up and didn't he do that earlier this year? Foul a guy full court? Like, that's what I'm talking about, man. It's just the little things. So the Sixers gift Nembhard a free 2 points, and Maxey gets his full court shot blocked by Andrew Nembhard. Maybe that's what you should have tried. Sixers score 45 in the second quarter. They're season high, or they're tied for the season high in any quarter. So, nonetheless, still a good quarter. They lead it 75-65. They outscore the Pacers 45-27 in the second quarter via a 22-2 run. And that takes us to halftime here on the Sixers Game Day Live Show, presented by National University. A combined 39 for Embiid and Maxey. Question is, can the Sixers do the impossible like they did last game and survive the third quarter? 500 people in the chat. Get us to 500 likes right now. Welcome in. Game Day Live Show. All right, you know the deal, man. One word in the chat. One word. Give us one word to describe this game. Give us one word to describe this game. My brain goes in a million different ways, man. My brain goes in so many different ways with this game, but I think what I'm going to go with is multiple. I think I'm going to go with multiple because right now the offense is multiple again. Now that Joel Embiid is back on the floor, right? You can dump it into Joel in the mid-range. He's going to hit you with a little jab spin or a jab pull-up. Then you got Maxey absolutely hooping right now. He's got 19, 6, and 6, setting up Embiid. Embiid's setting up Maxey. Dribble handoffs. They're going through the legs, behind the back, dump it down low, no look, drive to the rim. Again, this is what they should be doing. This is what they should be doing against the Pacers team that is not good. Now, the question is, can they do what they did last game and hold on to it in the second half? It's been nice, but, got to survive the third quarter, and business is business. You got to just come in, crank down, and get a win. That's what you have to do to start this week. With the Heat coming up, Celtics, you have to win this game. Hopefully, you don't make this a cardiac 1-point game. The third quarter, if they can go on one run in the third quarter, I think they can sail to the end. Hopefully get Maxey a little bit of rest. VJ some rest as well. Shoot, even Joel some rest. Hasn't been a perfect half. The defense was brutal in the first quarter, but they cranked down and They locked in. All right, let's read some of the words in the chat. Let's see. We have disorderly. That's a good word. I like that. It could mean some different things. Marcia says hectic. Rob says entertaining. We have enticing in the chat. Trending. Watchable. Uplifting. What else we got? Yeah, I don't know why Watford did that foul. No defense. Yeah, it hasn't been a lot of defense in the first half. That's for sure. It has not been a defense-filled first half, to say the least. Let's see. And Beast, I like that. Yeah, Joel coming back and surging. He's got 20 points at halftime. Didn't I say that in the pregame? I said this could be a 40-point game for Joel. Right now, he's halfway there with 20. I did predict him to drop 36 tonight. But yeah, give me your thoughts in the chat. Give me your words. How are you feeling? What's our thoughts like on this game? Do we think? Matter of fact, just answer me this. Do you think the 76ers can survive the third quarter? That's my question. Relaxing, expected. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Can the 76ers survive a third quarter against the Indiana Pacers? That is the main question of this game. That's what I want to know. I'll read out your thoughts on the other side real quick. We got to go and give another shout out to our great partners over at Sleeper. You can make picks like us during the game or before the game or even across different sports. Check out Sleeper. Download their app, sign up, use our code PhillyTake, get a 100% deposit match bonus up to $100 on your first deposit. Now, we made our picks before the game, and as you know, if you were here, which you should be here every pregame show, I said that I was going to follow the format of last game where I go with a complete reverse jinx parlay. So I took everybody on the unders, excuse me. And so far, it is working again. Granted, against a bunch of guys who are trying to purposely lose, a team that's not nearly as good as the squad in Minnesota. But I took Embiid under 38.5 points, rebounds, assists. He is currently at 28. So he's on pace to beat that for sure. Tyrese Maxey, we had under 28.5 points. He is at 19. Barlow, we had under 5.5 boards. He's currently at 2, but he has had a really bad stretch of games here. Dominic Barlow has, but still like him a lot. VJ Edgecombe, we took under 1.5 threes. He is currently at 1. So if all goes well, the reverse jinx will be in. And I did pick the Pacers to win just for the fun of it, for the reverse jinx. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully the Sixers continue to listen in on the show or watch us or whatever they're doing, because everything I say, they do the opposite. As soon as I started talking about Joel Embiid, he heated up. Shout out to Sleeper, man. Thank you to them for partnering with the show. We will check back and see if these guys do the opposite of what I say and win our parlay. All right, man. Yeah, there's not much else to say from this first half other than Joel Embiid looks to be back in his flow state offensively. Joel Embiid, 20 points, 4 boards, 4 assists. He is dominating offensively. He has not looked good defensively. He's having trouble jumping off the knee. Kind of looks like how it did at the beginning of the year, if I'm being honest with you. Tyrese Maxey, I think, is doing an amazing job setting up his teammates. I think Joel's playing really well offensively. The whole team is really 45 points in the second quarter. And if we look at the percentages, I mean, the Sixers are shooting 43% from 3. Pacers are at 33%. Sixers 15 of 19 from the free throw line tonight. Matter of fact, let me pull it up over here. 15 of 19 from the line. They've out-rebounded the Pacers. They've done a decent job taking care of the ball. I mean, Sixers usually have a little bit less turnovers at halftime, but they're at 9. Maxey had a couple bad ones before he really started going. Yeah. Let's check the second chance points. Let's see. Second chance points in this game. 8-2 in favor of the Pacers. Sixers 14-10 in the fast break. So yeah, it's still pretty close, but the Sixers are shooting lights out. They shot 57% from deep last game. They're at 43 right now. And really, this is just a matter of Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey are much better than the Pacers' entire roster, especially when they're down 8 players, including Siakam and Halliburton. So, yeah, I mean, this is going to go one of two ways. Either the Sixers are going to blow another third quarter, and we're all going to be frustrated at the end of the fourth quarter, or they're going to go on a 15-2 run near the end of the third, and they're going to win this game by 25 points. So anyway, that is where we are at. Keep it cool in the chat. Appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much. Let's have a good rest of our game and our night. We do this every single game. Pre-game, live game, post-game, 4 hours of combined coverage. If you want to support us, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a member, and get active in the chat. One more half of ball to go. Sixers trying to start this week off on a big win in a 3-game week. They could really use an easy dub tonight. But can they survive the third quarter? We'll see, man. All right, we'll be back on the other side. Be back in a minute or two. Don't go anywhere. Sixers Game Day Live, brought to you by National University. We'll be back in just a moment. right, we are back. 76ers Game Day Live show right here on Philly Take with RB. Presented by National University, powered by the Sleeper app. Ladies and gentlemen, can the 76ers survive the third quarter? We shall see. We shall see. All right. Sixers lead it by 10. Nembhard chucks it from deep, and he airballed by 4 feet.
This guy stinks!
That is how we begin quarter number 3. That looked like a tanking heave right there. Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, 39 points combined in the first half. Here is Tyrese Maxey, finds Embiid, a little two-man action. Now they clear the spot. Joel pops a 3 way beyond the arc. Couldn't get it to fall. Goes out of bounds. Ball goes back to the Pacers. Guys, keep it cool in the chat. Otherwise, you're going to get timed out. You guys want to be in drama, go apply for theater or something. 3 ball from the Pacers. It's short. Here's Shepherd. Kicks it over to the corner. Back to Shepherd. Up top, Jay Huff. Here's Nembhard dribbling, driving down the lane. Gets Barlow to jump. Goes up. And he was fouled, I believe, by either Barlow or Oubre. Barlow went down with a little bit of a tough spill. Holding his arm. Holding his elbow a little bit. Here is Nembhard at the top, coming around a screen, dribbling, kicks it back. Jarris Walker with the left hand drive, steps back a 2. It's in and out. Let's go. Got to win a third quarter, man. Here's VJ Edgecombe at the top, dribbling, driving downhill. VJ goes up and lays it in. Sixers strike first here in the third after a minute and a half. Sixers shooting 63% from the field in this game. They've been absolutely money. Here's Nembhard up top to Shepherd. 8 on the shot clock. Finds Walker in the paint. And nice pluck by Oubre. Sixers get it back off the steal. Maxey around a screen. He steps back for 3. Just a little bit off. We are halfway to 300 likes now. Get us up to 300 so we can wake up the neighbors. Step back 3. Nembhard gets it to go. All of a sudden, it is a 9-point game. Oubre waiting down the other end. Pacers didn't see him. Oubre cherry picking a little bit there, and he gets an easy wide open dunk. Sixers lead by 11 now. Nembhard crossover, kicks back. Cam Jones thought about a 3, drives into the paint, finds Nembhard on the baseline, and he hits. Pacers getting into a bit of a flow. Let's go, man. Joel Embiid at the top, guarded by Jay Huff. Joel wants a screen. Joel going to find a cutting Maxey, and the Pacers left him wide open. Walker contested it. Maxey had missed, but he gets it back himself and lays it in. And honestly, the Pacers right now, in my personal opinion, look like they're not even trying, which we know they're not, but like, make it a little less obvious. As Shepherd's going to miss the mid-range. Sixers need to go on a run right here and put this out of play so that they can rest their starters. Barlow tried to cross over. He had it poked away by Jarris Walker. It's going to stay with the 76ers. Jarris Walker is an interesting player. He was a lottery pick a couple years ago for the Pacers. Back in 2023, he was the 8th overall pick. And he really struggled for a couple years finding his footing. Played a lot better last year. Or actually, he played a lot better this year, but he found a little bit of a role last year. Pacers miss a wide open layup, but then there's the trailing Nembhard who taps it in. But yeah, Walker, will be going into the last year of his rookie deal next year. Could be a potential fit for some other teams. Maxey around the back, turns, fades, Maxey in and out. Let's go, chat. Wake us up, man. What's up, y'all? 8:10 to go here in the third. Another miss, or I'm sorry, another turnover by the Pacers. Maxey, VJ all the way, lays it up and in, and a timeout on the floor. Rick Carlisle has to pretend that he's not happy, but in fact, the Pacers probably smiling on the interior. All right, man, we got to wake this chat up. It is time for our MVP segment. Next 60 seconds, you know what to do. Drop some comments in the chat. We'll shout out the people who are really in here tapped in. I mean, who's tapped in on a Tuesday in February for the Sixers and Pacers? If so, consider yourself a die-hard OG. Starting to feel, well, actually, I don't want to jinx anything, so I'm not going to say it, but I'm starting to see the Pacers not really try that much. They look like they're going into full tank mode, kind of like the Sixers did last year. You know how the Sixers would start off a game playing all hectic, and then they would just kind of, they would just kind of get into that flow state of tanking. Go drop them comments in here, man. We'll shout some people out. Once again, thank you all for being here every game. We do this pregame, live game, postgame. Clip out the postgames, put them on audio platforms. We have shorts going up on all platforms. Definitely check us out, man. BLSG in the chat, Mr. Scum in the chat. Tay, what's up? Drum, what's going on? Marcia in the chat. Jim from the Bahamas, what's up? What else we got, man? Rob, what's good? Says, play some defense, get this over with. I agree. Spark, what's going on? We got Busy B holding down the chat. Alan in here says, please make another on cardiac win. I hope you mean another non-cardiac win, because I would much rather go without the cardiac tonight. I think it would do good for all of our mental health states if the Sixers could win a game again without cardiac involved. That'd be really, really nice. So we'll see. We'll see. If the Sixers can't win this game, I mean, I don't know what to say. They should win this game by 20 points minimum. So we'll see. All right, shout out to all the MVPs in the chat, man. Busy B says, I took the under on Maxey. I reverse jinxed him. Let's go. Let's go. We are starting a tirade, man. All in favor of the reverse jinx. I like it. We got to keep rolling with it, man, for now. There's Jay Huff. Jay Huff guarded by Joel Embiid. He's going to find Ben Shepherd, who drives the lane, goes up, and he was fouled. By the way, Tyrese Maxey is on triple-double watch. Tyrese Maxey is on triple-double watch. First one got at the line for Shepherd. Maxey did have one triple-double. It was last season against the Chicago Bulls. He had 25, 14, and 11. Actually, that was in, it was last season in December of 24. I don't believe he's had another one since. He's been close a couple times, but here's Joel Embiid after the made free throws on the other end. Oubre going to find Joel. Joel into the paint, floats it up. Couldn't get it to roll around. Huff taps it. Barlow picks it up. VJ steps into a three. Cha-ching! 3J Edgecombe. Edgecombe. Sixers will be taking on Miami in a couple days, who has the second best offense in the NBA. So their defense needs to iron it out a little bit right now, or else Miami's going to score all over them. Missed three by Indiana. Here are the Sixers. Oubre takes it inside. You see what I mean, though? Like, if y'all are watching a game with me, man, like, Sixers need to, like, have more guys moving around. They're very one-dimensional sometimes. Joel pops up a three. It's short. Come on, man. Here is Andrew Nembhard, guy who played a pivotal role in a finals run last year. Huff, Cam Jones, the rookie for three. It's short. Kobe Brown gets the rebound. Joel standing around again. Nembhard for three, and there it is. All right, Nurse. I'm getting close to the point now where I'm feeling like it is almost time to take Joel off the floor again for a Dembona. Maxey runs to the rim, misses it, and they call an offensive charge on Maxey. So Sixers are currently falling apart here in the third quarter. And I blame a couple things for it. Number one, no creative offense at all. And Joel Embiid is not moving around on the defensive end. So we do have a challenge, by the way. Nick Nurse decided to challenge it. They're going to say that Maxey got grabbed, so we'll see what they call it. I don't know, man. I'm not even worried about the challenge, bro. I think you got to go a little up-tempo here again. You might have to put Bona back in. Barlow's not doing anything. Joel's not defending or rebounding. I mean, Maxey having 8 rebounds as your leading rebounder is pretty insane. Maxey being your leading rebounder right now is pretty nuts. Busy Bee says, might be time to bring him off the bench. Who are we talking about? Barlow? Rob says Embiid cannot move and Bona moves too much. Play Drummond. Yeah, I mean, for rebounding, it would help for sure. Athleticism wise, I think Bona would be fine, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. This looks like the beginning of the season to me, personally. So it looks like the Sixers are going to win the challenge here. Maxey did get grabbed on that right arm. So Maxey got fouled before he ended up getting the charge, so it will be Sixers basketball. First two things I'm going to do in heaven, thank God, and ask him why the Sixers had to cause so much pain and suffering. They don't make it easy, do they? Here's VJ Edgecombe, pops up a 3, and he airballs it. He's another one, man. Like, again, you see VJ a little bit, then he disappears. I mean, he's got 21 points tonight. And it's like, where's he been? Halfway through the third quarter, it is a 9-point game. Quentin Jackson back to Jay Huff. Huff for 3. It's short. VJ picks up the board, and here come the Sixers. Maxey with it up the floor. Maxey against Jay Huff. He's got the one-on-one. Maxey saying to clear the paint. He wants the ISO. Maxey dribbling, blow by. Huff floats it up and in. Just too easy. Light work for Tyrese Maxey. Here's Kobe Brown dribbling. Looked like he had walked. They don't call it. Nembhard picks it up. Joel, what are you doing, bro? Brown kicks it out to Huff. Nembhard's wide open. He pump fakes, though. Drives into the paint. Floats it up and in. Oh, my God. Dude, it's making my eyes bleed. I'm, like, really focusing in on, like, each player specifically. And, like, that interior defense right now is making my eyes bleed. Maxey one-on-one. He drives, floats it up, and just missed the shot. I wish they would freaking call a play, man. Nembhard pushes off Oubre. Wide open too. Hits. This is getting on my nerves, man. Try not to crash out, though. Do you guys feel what I feel, man? Or am I crazy? I'm watching guys just walk around. Lackadaisical, nonchalant. Oubre blocked from behind. Joel gets it back. Drives in. Lays it in. I mean, the Pacers are literally not even trying, man. Pacers are trying to tank. They're not even, like, doing much. Here's Andrew Nembhard. Steps back. 3 over Embiid. Missed it. Maxey trying to get the board. Couldn't save it. Actually, he does. They're going to say he threw it off the foot of Jones. Or of Kobe Brown. Might have a challenge, though. All right, so they're not going to give it to the Pacers, and the Sixers get a break. .408 to go here in the third quarter. Sixers lead by 9. Maxey has it. Maxey working on Micah Potter back in the game. Maxey step back. ISO 3-ball short again. I don't understand why they won't run a freaking play, man. Run a damn play. Like, Potter in the paint, turns. Maxey intentionally fouls him, hugs him. Pacers miss a bucket. Sixers have it up by 9. Grimes full head of steam, and he slams down the tomahawk. Puts the Sixers back up by 11. Here's Nembhard working against Barlow. Nembhard kicks it over to Walker. Walker against Grimes, 10 on the shot clock, throws it into the paint, and it's stolen by Adem Bona, who just comes back in as a steal right off the rip. Maxey full head of steam, fouled and won. Yes, sir. Tyrese Maxey, one step closer to a triple-double. Drop the ones in the chat. Drop the fires for Tyrese Maxey. Free throw is going to be good. He's 8 of 8 at the line. 3:05 to go here in the third. Nembhard against Oubre. Potter inside. Brown was doubled and stole away. Maxey flying down the floor, floats it up, and gets another one to go. Sixers lead by 16 points. Maxey with 28. He's got 28, 9, and 7, and 2 steals and a block. Tyrese Maxey is cooking right now. Drop those fires in the chat for Tyrese Maxey. Can we get it to 300 likes? Can we get there? Can we get the 300 likes? That is the question. I need everybody to go down below right now. Hit the thumbs up. It helps push this content around to new viewers. We give you this content every game for free. Like the show and subscribe to the channel. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Give you this content every single game, pregame, live game, and postgame shows. Let's go. We're trying to get to 52K, man. Don Boyle gifting a Philly Take membership. Let's go. Don Boyle, thank you so much for supporting the nation. Drop the MVPs for him. TJ McConnell back in the game. His little speedy, feisty self. Here is the Pacers. Moving the ball well. Potter hooks it up and in. That was against Jabari Walker. So 2.5 to play here in the third. It's Maxey, Oubre, Walker, Bona, and Grimes. Oubre drives, getting physical to the rim. Misses the layup. Bona gets it back, floats it up and in. Sixers lead it by 16. McConnell guarded by Grimes. McConnell finds Kobe Brown. Here is Jarris Walker. Walker drives the lane, floats it up. He's short with it. 16-point game. 11-2 run for the Sixers. Oubre wide open for three and hits. It is a 19-point gap. This is what I'm talking about, man. McConnell misses the little runner. This is exactly what I said, man. You got to go on a run right here at the end of the third. Hopefully get to a point where your starters can rest. Here's Grimes back to Maxey. Maxey wings it to Grimes. Grimes steps into a three. It's short. 1:20 to go here in quarter number 3. McConnell dumps it off to Potter. Kobe Brown finds Quentin Jackson a three. That one's short. Pacers trying to continue to increase their tanking odds. Trust me, the Sixers were there last year. We know. Oubre shoots a three and it's short. Walker gets the offensive rebound. Here's Maxey from no man's land. And that one does not fall either. Quentin Jackson all the way up the floor, lays it up. Maxey almost had the chase down block, just a little bit out of the fingertip reach. Thing is, if they sit Maxey in the fourth, he's not going to get that triple-double. But, hey, I don't give a dang about a triple-double. Trying to win the game. Grimes going to find Maxey. Maxey deserves a fourth quarter off, man. Maxey drive, spin, fade away, bang. Give him 30. Give him 30.
He's on fire!
Maxey does it again. Pacers do a little whatever that was and lose it again. Well, it's starting to look like Maxey's finding that mojo again. Let's go, guys. Get us to 300 likes. Drop those Maxey emojis. Pacers foul him automatically. They pick him up at half court. They had one to give. How come they don't want to show love to Maxey when he's playing like this, man? Give him some love. What is that, like 25, 30-point games this year? Just money, man. Maxey's in his flow state right now. He comes around a screen, drives to the rim, and he's fouled again. So that foul will come back to bite the Pacers as now Maxey's going to the line for 2 more. Let's go, Tyrese. Let's go, Tyrese. Maxey's now 4 threes away from becoming the Sixers' all-time leader. Maxey currently sitting at 881 in 6 years, man. Not even 6 full seasons. Crazy. He'll break a lot of franchise records by the time he's done, a.k.a. the franchise. Maxey going to knock down 2 at the line. 3 seconds to go. 1 second, a half-court heave. Just missed it off wide to the right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I kind of said this at halftime. I said it's either going to be a collapsed third quarter or the Sixers go on a run at the end and they go up by 20. And currently they are up by 21. They are handling business. Can they go on a mini run here to get, let's say, the last 10, 11 minutes of rest for Maxey and Embiid, etc.? We will see. But ladies and gentlemen, could we actually get back-to-back non-cardiac games? Drop those fires in the chat. Keep us on fire. Thank you so much for being here, man. Before we get into this fourth quarter, we'll see how it goes. One final shout out to our great partners of the show over at National University. Ladies and gentlemen, got to check them out. Click their links down below in the description. Did you know that nearly 70% of college students today work while they are in school? They have to find that balance. They got to afford the bills, etc., etc. Most people do not put their life on pause just to learn. They do it at the same time. National University gets that, so you don't have to choose one or the other. They offer the most comprehensive degree and program options in the United States for working and non-traditional students with 4 and 8 week online classes designed to help you balance work, life, and school. And if you think financials will be an issue, well, last year, National University awarded $50 million plus in scholarships. They are invested in you and your education and seeing you thrive. So apply to the new NU's Year of You scholarship today and get up to $6,000 per year on a bachelor or master's degree. Once again, NU is here to help you live your life and achieve your goals. With them, you can be a busy worker, person, or learner, and a successful student. So check out all of their info down in the description or the live chat. Get more info today over at National University. Thank you to them for partnering on the show, helping us make this thing possible. 400 plus in the chat. Get us to 400 likes right now. You guys are kind of slacking, not going to lie. You guys are kind of like a Dominic Barlow stat line tonight. Yeah, I don't think Maxey's going to get a triple-double. If Nick Nurse leaves Tyrese Maxey in this game to try to get a triple-double, he's insane. He is close, though. He has 8 dimes and 9 boards. But I'll be honest with you guys, man. I don't care about the triple-double. I really don't. I just want to get these guys rest, man. I'm looking for the playoffs. Like, I could care less about a triple-double. I'm trying to get these guys some rest. Here's VJ Edgecombe. Maxey's on the bench to begin the fourth. It's VJ running the second unit. He turns, he fades, and knocks one down. So the Sixers lead it by 23 points. Here's TJ McConnell, guarded by Quentin Grimes. Pacers are doing a good rendition of the Sixers last year, where the Sixers would like literally tank in the best way possible. Like they would look like they're trying, but they're not. Micah Potter down low, and Jabari Walker slaps him on the wrist very aggressively. $5 super chat for Alan. Alan, thank you so much, man. Shout out to my guy Alan in the chat. Yeah, guys, Maxey's played 34 minutes in this game. That's a lot of minutes for 3 quarters. I feel like they should try to get him rest here. I know people won't like that, but still. And Maxey only had those 2 turnovers, man. He had those back-to-back turnovers, and he didn't have any more the rest of the game. 2 steals and a block for Tyrese Maxey. What do you guys think, man? Should they favor the rest or the triple-double? I think they should go with the rest. My personal opinion. So Micah Potter going to go 1 of 2 at the line. He's now up to 20 points off the bench. Insane. That's wild, man. Here's the dribble, the drive, the kick, campaign in the corner. And I think he stepped out of bounds. $10 super chat from our guy, William Irvine. McConnell puts up the mid-range, can't knock it down. William Irvine says, keep the super chats rolling. My guy, William, thank you so much for the love and support, man. Missed 3 by the Sixers, 10.5 to play. Sixers try to steal it away again. I don't know why the animation didn't come up. Hold on, let's see. Where are we at? There we go. Now it came up. That's weird. William Irvine, thank you so much, man. Alan, thank you. And $2 super chat from Dom Boyle. He says, everyone, make sure you hit the like button. We're still not at 300, bro. It's crazy. These people are slacking tonight, but it's all good. Amoroso says, you could tell last game he didn't have his legs, even though he's putting up numbers. Yeah, he needs rest. I agree. I would keep him out for the rest of the game. Even if you don't end up winning by 20 points, who cares, right? Like, we know that this game is pretty much a blowout right now. But you don't want to yank them too quick, you know, and then they start making a comeback. All right, here we go. TJ McConnell. McConnell going to find Ben Shepherd. Dribbling downhill. Drives, goes up, blocked by Bona. Pacers get it back, but the shot clock expires, so it's going to be a turnover. Sixers get it back. Busy Bee says, we are not up enough for my liking. I agree. I agree. We need to be up like 40 for my liking. Quentin Grimes guarded tightly by McConnell, and he almost threw it away. Bona gets it back, 10 on the shot clock. Here's Quentin Grimes. Grimes to Bona inside, lays it up and in. Nice. RB shout out here in the Philippines. Let's go. Shout out to the Filipino viewers, man. Thanks for tuning in. Here's McConnell, drives downhill, floats it up 5 feet away, and knocks it through. Sixers lead it by 22. Grimes coming downhill. Grimes tried a poster dunk, and he was met by the rim. He got stuffed, fell on his back. Pacers float one up on the other end, and there's a foul. So it's going to be an and one. It's on Cameron Payne, Quentin Jackson going to the line for 2. How come everybody keeps trying to do these poster dunks? I do find it pretty funny that, like, people get real quiet when Maxey plays like this. Just saying. Howard, your hate for Jared McCain is very strange, my man. I'm just going to let you know that right now. Busy Bee says, it must be extremely hard for Rick Carlisle, being that he was just in the finals and now is at the bottom of the league. That's a fact. Not only the finals, he was in game 7. Watched his guy go down. He's been with the Pacers for like 9 years. It's crazy. But Pacers need to get that top 4 pick. Like I said, their pick is top 4 protected now. And it's protected from 10 to 30. So if it's 1 to 4 or 10 to 30, they keep it. And if they can get a nice draft pick and get Halliburton back, they should be fine next year. But again, it just goes to show you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen in this league. So you got to really appreciate each year. And why is Joel Embiid back in the game already, man? Sixers lead at 112-91. Embiid hit a bucket. RB shout out from the state penitentiary. Let's go, man. Appreciate you tapping in. Joel trying to get into game shape. I wanted to keep Joel off the floor, to be honest. I wanted to keep him off the floor. Why would you put Embiid in and not Drummond? Yeah, facts. Maybe they're trying to get him some minutes. I don't know. Howard, yeah, it's definitely you, man. It's definitely people like you who just have like this weird hate thing for Jared McCain, even though, again, continues to prove all of you wrong. Trade was brutal, and we'll continue to say it. But yeah, McCain's having a lot of fun over there in OKC. I don't know people's issue with Maxey. He's a top guard in the NBA. It's just a lot of the Sixers fan base who they love Joel so much they can't stand to see like Maxey go on a great run or this or that. It's a very strange thing. When I look at the Sixers, man, I want the team to win. I don't care who it is, but you know, we should be rooting for both of them together, to be honest. McCain is living it up. He definitely is, man. He is for sure. All right, guys, we're at 298 likes. We need 2 more so we can wake up the neighbors one more time. We're going to play the song twice tonight for the neighbors, a rare neighbors W. Lawrence says there's no reason for Joel to come back in. I agree with that, 100%. The only thing I can think of is maybe they're trying to get him some minutes. So those are my thoughts. McCain and Joe are killing it in OKC. They really are. And I think trading for Jared McCain really opened up the window for Isaiah Joe. He's like motivated now and he's playing his butt off, man. Sixers need to go on like a little quick run here and end this game off. Sixers will play the Miami Heat on Thursday night. Be here for that game. And then the Celtics on Sunday. So 2 really big matchups back to back. In terms of the Miami Heat, they play the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. They are down by 5 at halftime. And then the Magic play the Lakers in LA tonight. So both of those teams are right behind the Sixers in the standings. Sixers will be home on Thursday night against Miami, but then they'll travel to Boston, and then they'll play the Spurs. So March is going to be a gauntlet, ladies and gentlemen, just so y'all know. I think it's 17 or 18 games in 30 days. 3 back-to-backs. Sixers get a rebound. Quentin Grimes goes down like he got hit in the face. Here's Joel Embiid, one-on-one, 8:50 to go. Payne to Embiid. Here comes a double team. Wow, that is crazy what I just watched Joel Embiid do. I'm not even going to lie. Like people talk about Joel and flopping and like I always back Joel like, yeah, like he gets hacked, he gets fouled. But that time I just watched Joel literally do a 180 and just jump straight up into the air. And they gave him the foul, man. They gave him the free throws. Joel literally just turned around, did a 180 and just jumped straight up into the air. That was crazy. How many minutes has Embiid played? 25? All right, so they didn't give him free throws, but they did call a whistle. And we did hit 300 likes, which means we finally get to hit the air horn again. Joel finds a cutting VJ. VJ goes up, left it short. Sixers lead it by 21 points. Kobe Brown lays it up and in. Don't let them go on some magical run here in the last 8 minutes. $8:10 to play here in the fourth. Watford down low. Joel Embiid. Embiid puts it up and in. They give him a foul. Okay, we'll take it. And 1. Yes, sir. Why would Jay Huff even foul Joel Embiid? Like, what was the point of that? Just let him have the layup. Dude, Jay Huff looks like he's never played basketball before, man. I guess this is the Pacers' way of like tanking. They must have instructed these players to like do the dumbest things ever. Crazy. I think it's time to get Joel out of this game, honestly. This scares me like what was it? The Sixers Raptors playoff series. You guys remember that? There's a double team. Pacers moving the ball. Shepherd steps into a three, left it short. I still have not forgiven Pascal Siakam for the end of that playoff series, but it was Doc Rivers' fault for not taking Joel out of the game with like 4 minutes left. Then he got elbowed in the face. Don Boyle gifting a Philly Take membership. Sixers lead it by 22. Not even funny how much better Joel makes his team. I agree with that, but I think the comparisons to Tyrese Maxey on that are not necessarily fair. You know, Maxey's a 6'3" guard, whereas Joel Embiid is 7 foot, 270 pounds, and can just barrel his way through anybody. Grimes with an easy lay on the other end off the steal. Starting to ice this game, man. Starting to ice this game. Micah Potter driving in against Joel Embiid, kicks it out to Nembhard. 7 minutes left. Step back from Nembhard. It's short. Amoroso got the channel membership. Congratulations. Wofford drives, lays it up and in. Let's go, man. 6:49 to play. Shouts to the members, man. Once again, going to drop these links in here. Shout out to the members. If you want to become a member, hit that join button down below. You get less ads from YouTube. Get the custom emojis, loyalty badges. Get your comments read out first and a whole bunch more. Thank you to everybody in here sticking with us all season long. Man, can you believe we are 57, now 58 games in? Wow. 24 games left. It's been a chaotic season, man. But content continues. Coverage continues. Well, we definitely need y'all supporting us on all platforms. Philly for Life gifting a Philly Take membership. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, I think the reverse jinxology is working. This will be the second consecutive game in which we did the reverse jinx. And yeah. Things are getting interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Things are getting interesting. Like I said, man, this has been the story of the entire season. They win 3 in a row. They lose 3. They win 3. They lose 3. Joel misses 5. Comes back. Looks like dominant player. This might be the first time. Is this the first time all season that we've had 2 back-to-back blowout wins? All right, guys, coming down the last stretch here. Kobe Brown to the rim, lays it up, poked it away. Justin Edwards is in for the first time, as well as Andre Drummond. Micah Potter gets double teamed, lost it. Pacers pick it up. Kobe Brown, Walker swings it again. Great ball movement. Nembhard a three, it's short. Drummond the rebound. Drummond looks like he just stretched 2 minutes ago for the first time. Quentin Grimes going to drive, lay it up, and it was short. We will be live after this game for the post-game show. We'll break it all down. That's the beauty of this concept. We get to call it live, experience it in real time, and then we analyze it after. Where else are you getting coverage like this for free? Here's Micah Potter, drives in, had it poked away by Drummond. Sixers pick it up. Edwards down to Watford. Watford floats it up and in. Smiley says, I don't feel like the East is that crazy this season. We could do work if healthy. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole tonight, man. The emotional roller coaster of this Sixers team this year has been like no other. You just can't get a pulse on them at all. You guys agree with that? Like even in the other years that I've covered this team, right? Like we've had a lot of expectations and we've been disappointed. This season, I feel like we came in with no expectations, and it's just been like literally up and down, up and down, up and down. Like this whole season has just been taxing to our emotional health. It's crazy. Dalen Terry coming in for the first time finds Andre Drummond. Drummond the reverse lay, and he gets it to fall. Sixers lead it by 27. Wow, can we take a deep breath? Cannot believe this is happening. Jackson for three, he drills it. The reverse jinxology is working. Here's Trendon Watford, drives, floats it up and in. Busy Bee says, wow, Isaiah Joe is cooking for the Thunder right now. How many points does he have? Maybe we'll go check out this game. Let's see. Thunder are up by 25 on the Raps. Isaiah Joe with 19 points, 5 triples. What a guy, man. What a guy. I don't think I've ever been wrong about the Sixers. I was on the Isaiah Joe train, man. I was on the Isaiah Joe train from the jump. If y'all were here on the channel back then, man, shout out to you. You know what I'm talking about. I was on the Isaiah Joe train for a long time, man. So it looks like Maxi's going to get a full quarter of rest, which is really good in my opinion. But 32, 8 dimes, 9 boards, 2 of 8 from 3, 10 of 22 from the field, 2 steals and a block in 34 minutes. Here's Cameron Payne dribbling downhill, drives up over the hand of Jay Huff, and Cam Payne's got a bucket.
Let's go.
Jarris Walker jabbing, dribbling up top, finds Jay Huff, 8 on the shot clock. Here is Quentin Jackson. He steps back. There's the alley-oop over the head. Pacers try to save it. They do. No time on the shot clock. And he airballs it by 4 feet.
This guy stinks!
$5 super chat. Philly for life says 1000% started great with VJ. Maxi Q dot dominating. Then 20 games of up and down. Then mad losses. Then Joel, PG, and Max cooking. Now PG's out and losses. Man, that was like a good summary. That was a good Cliff Notes right there. I could give you 10 more things that happen. And then the Pacers get fouled on the other end. But good job. Good job, Philly for life. Yeah, we might have to do like a season recap at the end of this damn season. Try to think about everything crazy that happened. So Maxey's going to be done for the night. Let's give a round of applause to Tyrese Maxey. Alan says, go Isaiah Joe. He deserves his flowers. Solid player, man. Thing I like about Isaiah Joe is he stays ready for the moment. As Trendon Watford floats one up and in. Isaiah Joe didn't have a big role in the team last year, but, you know, he stayed in his process, and they need him right now with SGA out, and he's cooking. Justin Edwards drives, kicks it back to Drummond. Drummond hands it off to Campaign. Didn't know if he wanted to or not. Payne for three. It's short. Drummond tried to track it down. Bodies go flying. 129 to 103. Look, all I'm going to say is two reverse jinxes by RB, 2 blowout wins. You make the correlation if you want. Pacers miss another 3. 2:25 to go. I can't believe I feel this calm. This is crazy. This is like a dopamine hit right now. I want to experience this more often. Terry floats it up short. Drummond gets it back. Jay Huff is jumping off the spring. Drummond misses it. 3 ball from the Pacers is good. Philly for life, $2 super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, up and down season at its finest. No way to assess. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. Watford, Drummond, Watford. Watford going to step back a 3. Bounces over the backboard. Joe's making $15 million a year. Would y'all pay that? That's not the point, man. The point is that the Sixers got rid of him for nothing. They cut him for absolutely nothing to sign Dwayne Dedmon. Do we understand that? That's the point. They got rid of a second-round pick bench piece who can actually play that they never gave opportunity to because of the coach. And he's having a pretty good career. That's the point. Edwards floats it up and in. Sixers have eclipsed 130 points. How many did they have last game? They had 135, so they're at 131 right now. It's actually almost a similar score to last game. Shepherd drives the lane, missed it. Pacers tap it back in. So we are winding it down on another non-cardiac W. Watford picks up a foul on the other end. Let's go, man. Guys, we do this every single game, pregame, live game, postgame. It is the Sixers Game Day Live, presented by National University. It's where we call games every single game, give you the live updates, stats, scores, all that, and more. We'll have the postgame show coming up next. Probably a little bit more of a condensed postgame, as we kind of knew. Well, I'm not going to say we knew the outcome, but we kind of figured that this game could realistically end up like this. But we'll break down the main points. We'll talk about it all. And the Sixers will continue to rock and roll with a much-needed W. Watford coming around the screen. He's going to turn and spin. Watford in the post. Watford goes up with it, and he lays it in. Sixers steal it off the pluck from Dalen Terry. Dalen Terry, 10-day contract. I agree. I was a big Isaiah Joe fan as well. I was asking if you thought that was his legit value. Do I think Isaiah Joe is worth $15 million? I mean, I think he should be playing more for that amount of money, But here's the thing, the Thunder don't care, man, because they just have so many draft picks. Back-to-back non-cardiac W's. See, I'm so in the mode of saying cardiac, I keep saying it. Jay Huff down low, easy dunk. Sixers have 135 points, which matches their total from last game. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Five seconds to go. I don't know what was happening there. But anyway, the Sixers are going to win the game in non-cardiac style for the second straight game. I cannot believe it. It feels like it might be the first time this season. $2 Super Chat Philly for Life says, can't remember the last time it was not a cardiac John. Exactly, man. Last game it wasn't. But these are like the first back-to-back non-cardiac games in a very, very long time. Ladies and gentlemen, drop the W's in the chat. I already see you guys dropping the W's. Drop the play the songs. We're going to play it not once, but twice for the neighbors. Rare W for the neighbors. And a rare non-cardiac back-to-back for the Sixers. 25 games this season with 30-plus. Led by Tyrese Maxey, almost notched a triple-double in 3 quarters. Joel over 20, VJ over 20. This is expected. This is like business as normal, right? This is like a 9-to-5 day at the office. But Sixers do it. They get it done. That's how it has to be done. We'll break it all down next on the postgame show. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, play the song! Yes, sir. Joel Embiid returns. Sixers get another dominating win. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. I don't even have anything else to say. We're going to run it back. Let's run it right back. Sixers get a big win as they crush the Indiana tanking Pacers. Matter of fact, here's what I will say. Indiana Pacers, trust me. Sixer Nation has been there, has done that. Just last year, we feel you. We feel you. Hang in there. Maybe you'll end up with a VJ Edgeco. Maybe not. But anyway, play the song. Woo! Who brings the passion like this community every game? Who plays the damn song when we win? Let's go!
He's on fire!
Woo! Yeah! Isn't it nice? Isn't it nice, ladies and gentlemen? It's like when you haven't ate your favorite food in a while and you finally get it and you just can't wait to rip it open and start eating whatever snack it is or whatever meal. Like you've missed it for so long. Like that's what this feels like. You didn't know what you were missing. You forgot what it tasted like. You forgot what it felt like to get an easy win. Back-to-back games. That's what I like, man. That's what I like. 76ers win. Shout out to everybody who makes this possible, including our partners, our moderators, our members, everyone in the chat. Post-game show coming up next. We will break down the dominance from tonight. We'll talk about Joel Embiid's return. We'll talk about Tyrese Maxey once again shutting up the critics, BJ Edgecombe, and a whole bunch more. $5 super chat, Hamburger Helpster. What's going on, man? Great name. I have a game tonight at Millersville. Hopefully I get a W like the Sixers. I don't know if you mean a college game, a men's league game, whatever, but hopefully you get the W, baby. Shout out to the Hamburglar Helpster. Still remains one of the greatest names on YouTube. All right, y'all. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. Get your popcorn. Get your snack. Get your Hamburger Helpster. And yeah, man. Post-game live coming up soon. Talk about the brilliance of this win and look forward to the next couple games, which will prove to be very, very important. Post-game show coming up next. All right. Welcome on into the 76ers post-game live show right here on Philly Take with RB. 76ers get another non-cardiac blowout win. Yes, you are as surprised as I am. I can't believe it. But the 76ers hold on there at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and they dominate the rest of the way, and they get their guys some much-needed rest. So today, we are going to break it all down as we always do. Tap into the Sixers Game Day live show on YouTube every game. We go live pregame, live game, postgame, or if you're listening back on this postgame show over on audio, definitely give us a follow, drop a share, all that good stuff. The 76ers get it done. And this postgame show is presented by Sleeper. I could see this being a game where you may have went to sleep knowing what was going to happen, especially after halftime. As soon as the Sixers went on that second big run, it was over. But the way I categorize this game is like a 9-to-5 day at the office. You know, let's be honest. The Pacers are tanking, and the Sixers are trying to win, and the Sixers handled business like they should. I don't think anybody really expected the Pacers, especially after halftime, to get back in this game. They looked like their best impression of the Sixers last year, like they were purposely not trying to play hard and all that good stuff. But the main story is, one, Joel Embiid back on the floor tonight. I thought he dominated offensively. He was in that flow state, 27 points, 6 boards, 5 assists, especially on that run in the second quarter where every bucket, you know, mid-range, jab, dribble, drive, whatever it was. You know what I mean? You can just see the difference of the team with versus without Joel Embiid. It's night and day. You give Joel the ball in that mid-range area, little turnaround, jab, pull up, bang. It's automatic. He's cooking Micah Potter. He's cooking Jay Huff. Pacers have nobody that can stop Joel Embiid. Simple as that. So on the defensive end, he didn't really look that good. It felt like he was still ramping up, getting himself back to speed. But I guess this was a good game for him to get well conditioned back into. And then you have Tyrese Maxey, who plays 34 minutes and in 3 quarters of play almost posts a triple-double. 32 points. 9 boards, 8 assists, 2 steals, and a block. And the biggest thing that stood out to me with Tyrese Maxey, again, was his aggressiveness and intentionality. Anytime Maxey starts going downhill a couple seconds into the shot clock and kind of knows what he wants to do with the rock, it usually ends in a positive way. And especially when Joel's out there setting you screens. No, I don't think the Sixers offense was being that creative. It felt like a lot of isolation ball per usual, but the Pacers are not good enough defensively to stay in front of Maxey, and he just continued to get downhill, get to his spots, go up. He was 10 of 10 at the free throw line tonight. I love when Maxey plays with that confidence of, I'm the guy, I can go out there and dominate everybody. He is starting to look like the Maxey we saw before the past couple of weeks where he was struggling. This was more of, again, MVP Maxey tonight, and he goes for back-to-back 30-point games. I do find it a little funny that people get so quiet when Tyrese Maxey carries the team and leads them, right? You know, obviously we're happy to have Joel back, but I think Maxey deserves credit. He heard all of the criticism these past couple of weeks, and he said, you know what? I'm going to get better. I'm going to get back in the lab, and I'm going to go out there and be aggressive and be confident and score the ball in a multitude of ways, knock down my threes, get to the rim, be physical. He's doing these crazy up and unders. He's picking the passing lanes on the other side. He's money in transition. And if you are someone out there who wants to say that Tyrese Maxey has not had a great season, then you've completely lost your mind. Because for 85% of the season, this is exactly the Maxey we've seen. The guy that can put the team on his back and carry them to victory and dominate in every single way. He only had 2 turnovers in this game, and they were back-to-back turnovers, which were pretty bad mistakes, but he learned from it, and he got better, and he just got into his groove really there at the end of the second quarter into the third quarter, and it resulted in him not even having to play in the fourth quarter. He had 12 points in the second quarter. He had 13 points in the third quarter. He was absolutely money, and he got a well-deserved fourth quarter of rest. But again, if the Sixers can get this healthy Maxey and get his legs back under him, which it felt like he had tonight, it's only going to make them a lot more dangerous, especially as a duo with Maxey and Embiid. Now, again, it's not like you can put a ton of crazy stock into this game because look at the guys he's going against. I'm not even going to go break all of them down. I do think they have some good perimeter defenders in Andrew Nembhard and TJ McConnell, but all of the Pacers lineup is pretty much out, right? Siakam, Halliburton, Zubats, and they're purposely trying to tank, as we talked about during the show tonight, because their first-round pick is now top 4 protected and also 10 to 30 protected, which is a very weird thing, but the Clippers have it if it falls from 5 to 9. So the Pacers, who are the second worst team in the NBA right now, are purposely tanking and are trying to get that pick into the top 4. VJ Edgecombe. VJ with 23 points tonight, 7 boards, 4 dimes, 2 steals. There was a couple moments in this game where you're like, what is VJ doing? You know, a little bit out of place, maybe made a bad decision. But nonetheless, VJ Edgecombe just continues to impact the game in a variety of ways. And he continues to be that plug-in piece where wherever you need it, you know what I mean? He continues to fill the gaps for this Sixers team in whatever way they need. And he just does a little bit of everything, which I really like. And honestly, I like that Tyrese Maxey had 9 boards. I mean, he led the team tonight, and Joel only had 6. Like I said, he was not getting a lot of lift on that knee. He wasn't really jumping that well. He wasn't contesting shots, which I guess this is a good game again to kind of get him back into speed. But if I'm the 76ers, right, like I'm not going to talk about this game tonight. I'm not going to overreact to this game. I'm not going to worry about this game because it was an easy W. You know what I mean? It was an easy go out there and squash this team from the jump. Now, I will say the first quarter was pretty ugly. I mean, they gave up 38 points to this Pacers team, and I didn't panic after that first quarter. I said, you know what? First quarter, you're down 38 to 30, I believe it was. Let's just see how the game plays out, right? They started off hot. They were moving around. Sixers didn't have a lot of energy. So then the Sixers take Joel Embiid out at the end of the first quarter, and they go on a 22-2 run, a 30-10 run. And that was with Adem Bona because they switched up the pace. You know, they started playing up tempo. They got faster, which you're able to do against this Pacers team, especially against a guy like Jay Huff, who has trouble coming out to defend the perimeter, as we saw many times. And I mean, we were talking about Jay Huff like one of the best trade targets at the deadline. I don't know if they're telling that team to play bad to try to get the draft pick, but he was horrible tonight. He's like jumping left and right. Guards are trying to get switches onto him. He's moving all over the place. Jarris Walker was 3 of 13. This guy, Cam Jones, second round pick this year, he had 8 points to begin the game. Outside of that, they had nothing. I mean, the Pacers were moving the ball well, but they could not execute. And I thought the Sixers put it to him right away. The only guy that actually, funny enough, played well was Micah Potter, the guy that we were kind of making fun of a little bit at the beginning of the game. You know, just giving it, like we called him like just another guy, you know, undrafted 4-year player out of, I forget where he went to college, but he's 27. Just another body. You know, he actually ended up playing the best. So shout out to him. 23 points, 9 of 11, 3 boards, 3 assists, 2 blocks. Yeah, there's not like a ton to analyze about this game in terms of that because the Sixers, you know, they shot 28% from 3. A lot of those numbers were skewed at the end. I mean, for most of the game, they were shooting 40% from 3, and it was another efficient night. Like I said, they made their free throws. I said at the beginning of the game, this was all about doing the little things. If you could do the little things right in this game, even if your players don't shoot that well, which they did, you would be able to dominate this game. And that's exactly what they did. They rebounded the ball pretty well, I would say. 14 steals. They only turned it over 13 times. They had 9 at halftime, and they only had 4 in the second half. They dominated in the fast break. Let's check the second chance points. Where were they at? 15-11 in favor of the Pacers. But yeah, I guess it didn't really matter that much tonight. Like I said, the 30-10 or the 33-10 run and the 22-5 run is really what did it for the Sixers. And I said at halftime, as the Sixers were up by 10 points, going into that third quarter, I said, look, this is where it's going to go one of two ways. One, will the Sixers survive the third quarter and do what they did last game against Minnesota and really put the pedal to the metal? And that's what they did. 31-20 in the third. So for 2 straight games, the Sixers have done well in the third quarter. Maybe this is the start of something more. But I said the other way, if they don't blow the third quarter, is they're going to go on a run at the end of the third quarter, and they're going to be up by 20. And by the time we got to the fourth quarter, they were up by 21. There was a little bit of a questionable decision to keep Joel Embiid in the game. The Sixers were up by like 20, 25 points. And I guess the only reasoning I would have or think Nick Nurse has reasoning for is to just try to get him some more reps. You know, Joel ended up playing 26 minutes in this game, but I guess they were just trying to get his legs under him, get him accustomed, even though he's playing against JV players, you know, to go out there and dominate. But yeah, other than that, I like that Tyrese Maxey, even though he didn't get the triple-double, had a ton of rest in the fourth quarter. That's exactly what they need to do in order to load manage and in order to get these guys right for the playoffs. We saw Dalen Terry at the end of this game, Justin Edwards. We saw pretty much everybody outside of Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is the only guy that did not play. There was a point in this game where Kyle Lowry was chirping from the bench. He was getting at Jay Huff, or actually it might have been Micah Potter, which I thought was comical. Kyle Lowry still putting his imprint on the game somehow. But outside of that, man, this game is pretty self-explanatory, and I would like to give myself a little credit because over on Sleeper and in our game predictions, once again, I went with the reverse jinxology. This was the second game in a row where I said I'm going to pick everything against the Sixers. I'm going to go all unders on the parlay, and I'm going to pick the Pacers to win just for the fun of it. And now for 2 straight games, the 76ers have had blowout wins. They've had 135 in each game. So maybe there is something to the reverse jinxology and everything else that comes with it. I mean, obviously looking forward, right? You know, I may actually pick the other teams just because of who they're playing. But the 76ers, man, they have an interesting schedule coming up because they have the Heat on Thursday. They have the Celtics on Sunday. And then it gets very interesting. They play, I believe, 17 or 18 games in a 30-day span in March. They have 3 or 4 back-to-backs, ton of prime time. And it's really going to be the crucial stretch of the season. It's the gauntlet. Just like last year in March was the gauntlet, this year in March is the gauntlet. It's going to be a tough March. So if they can win these next couple of games heading into March, I think it will be huge for their, for their demeanor, for their mindset. And it's just all about getting Embiid back into his conditioning now. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. It's kind of hard to do these post games right now. And I said this during the show, like imagine, let's say 5 years ago or 4 years ago, right? We had high expectations for the Sixers. And I actually want to make 2 different points off this. But point number 1 is we had a ton of expectations for the Sixers 5 years ago, 4 years ago, right? And then they crushed our hearts and they let us down. Okay, that's like the opposite end of the spectrum of heartbreak, right? Like that's really hard to stomach. But then as the years went on, right, the same thing kind of happened. Same thing happened. Last year was a disaster. We were out of it by November, December. So coming into this season, there was no expectations. But then the Sixers do this thing that they've done all year long where they lose 3 or 4 in a row and everybody's pissed off and they're like, let's chalk it up for next year. Then they come back and they win a couple in a row and you're like, okay, I'm so all the way back. And then they do something again, then you're out. It's like literally a toxic relationship. And I said this on the show, but like this is like the most erratic Sixers season I've ever covered in my entire life. In the last 6 years of doing this, I've never seen a season like this where 90% of the games are down to the wire cardiac. The team pulls us back in, then they stomp on our hearts, then they pull us in. And I'm not just talking specifically about tonight. I'm just saying in general, like the whole season has gone like this. Now, at the end of the day, do I think they can win the finals? Probably not. Anything can happen in the playoffs, right? Injuries, whatever, like anything can happen. But it's just been a chaotic season, man. I don't know how I can characterize, like even in this game alone, even in this game, the 76ers in the first quarter looked like they did not care at all. And that happens sometimes, right? Like you come out, but like the Sixers do this every game. And then they come back in the second quarter and they drop 45 and they're money and Joel's in his flow state. And Tyrese Maxey is just making insane play after play. He had this one nasty play, 2 defenders. He splits them both, goes behind the back, draws in the big, no look dime down in the dunker spot to Joel. Like that is just phenomenal playmaking. Kelly Oubre had a couple nice, tough physical buckets. And then VJ again, Trendon Watford had 12 off the bench. Shout out to him. Don't want to forget Trendon Watford. He has not played in several games. Barlow's been in a really weird spot lately. Barlow's just not playing that well right now. 20 minutes, nothing across the board. So they got to figure it out with Barlow. Last time he was in a bit of a rut, they put him on the bench and he kind of got going. But anyway, back to my Sixers point. The other point I wanted to make was, it's got to be tough for the Pacers and Rick Carlisle to go from Game 7 of the NBA Finals on a magical run, seeing Halliburton tear his Achilles, and then, this whole season they stink. I mean, it almost kind of feels like how the Sixers were last year, and the Pacers looked like they were trying to tank the way the Sixers did. But it just goes to show, like, try to appreciate somehow, some way. I know the Sixers make it very difficult, but try to appreciate where your team is at every year, and the fact, like, even I said this a couple years ago, like, I know the second round thing sucks and we can't win a damn series, but at least appreciate that they're a playoff team because it can always be worse. And I think the Pacers are a clear example of that right now, going from Game 7 of the finals, I guess taking this as a gap year and, just being this bad. Like, just watching them on the floor tonight, they were just terrible. So, if they end up with that top 4 pick, though, I think the Pacers getting Halliburton back and getting that pick will be very, very, very good. Very good. But anyway, that is where we are at. The 76ers win this game 135-114. I don't have anything else to say that I haven't already said. They won the third quarter, which was great. They dominated a team that they should have, and they took care of business. One of my famous sayings here on the channel is the following: good teams take care of business. Simple as that. If Joel Embiid plays and Paul George plays, his team can hopefully be pretty good. But the question is, how much are they going to play? Will they play? Etc. Etc. So, with that being said, first thing we're going to do is award our player of the game. We do it every game here on the Postgame show. Ladies and gentlemen, here's what I want you to do. Drop in the chat right now. Who is your player of the game tonight? Is it Joel Embiid coming back with 27, 6, 5, and a block? Is it Tyrese Maxey dominating again? Is it VJ Edgecombe? Who is your player of the game? And shout out to Quentin Grimes, 15 off the bench. Didn't necessarily shoot the ball well from beyond the arc, but I thought Grimes had a couple nice, tough physical buckets at the rim. I thought Adem Bona had a couple nice stretches, a lot of explosion. I really feel like Bona is a guy where I can see the vision. They just really need to work on his fundamentals, but I can see the vision, man. I really can as a second-year player, despite how much he may frustrate us sometimes. He's got a lot of intangibles in there. For me, man, I'm going with Tyrese Maxey. 3 quarters, almost notched a triple-double, 32, 9, and 8. He was phenomenal in every area, and he only had 2 turnovers that came early in the game. So shout out to Tyrese Maxey. Like I said, I don't have to say it again. You know, people got to give him his credit. I don't know why there's this weird dynamic sometimes where, you know, a lot of people that love Joel and have all supported him can't just admit that Maxey can dominate and can carry the team. Like, this is what he's done for a lot of the season. So in my opinion, it's very good to see Tyrese Maxey getting back into his form this way. It's a really good thing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know if we should do, I guess we'll take a couple quick phone calls tonight. So if you want to get in, we'll take maybe like 2 or 3 people, maximum, rapid fire on the phones. So call into the show. Phone numbers pinned in the chat, 339-207-7171, or join in on the Discord. Join our Discord link. Mods, drop it in the chat and hop on over there to our great community where you can skip the line. All right, before I take a few of these callers, we got to go give one more shout out to our great partners of the show. And we have to check on our sleeper picks because if you haven't picked it up already, ladies and gentlemen, the reverse jinxology is on for the second straight game. I went with all unders, and I guess the players are either watching the show or they watch back later. I don't know. But I pick them to do bad or, bad or pick the unders, or I say to do one thing and they do the opposite. So let's go ahead and check over on Sleeper what our picks look like tonight. I went with the reverse jinx parlay. Joel Embiid under 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He ends up going for, let's see, he went for 33. Okay, so he went for 38. He went for 38. So I actually did get that correct because he only played 26 minutes. So we still got the money on that pick. Maxey under 28.5 points. He went for 32. Barlow under 5.5 boards. He had an awful game. He went for 3. And Edgecombe under 1.5 threes. He went for 2. So we went 2 out of 4, even on the reverse jinx. I'll take it. I'll take the W. Ladies and gentlemen, check out the Sleeper app. Download, sign up, use code PhillyTake. Get a 100% deposit match up to $100. Thank you to them for partnering with the show. And you know what to do, man. Check them out and get that free $20 entry right now as well. No deposit required. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Operational in over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today. The reverse jinx lives on. You know what else lives on, man? The great community, the callers, and yeah, you guys bring it every single game. Mr. Scum in the chat says, I'll call in one day. Trust me, RB, you'll hear from the king. We're waiting for it, man. I'm waiting for more of you guys to call in. I know we got a lot of people out there with great opinions. I know we have a lot of them out there. By the way, if you are listening into this show, man, definitely, like I said, follow us on all platforms. Our link tree is down in the description. We do a bunch of exclusive content on other platforms, and we repurpose a lot of the content. So definitely check it out and get at it with us everywhere. All right, man, we are going to go to our guy on the Discord, Fredo. Fredo on the Discord. Fredo, what's up?
We're going.
What's up, man?
Tonight, actually didn't stress, finally. They had a good third quarter, surprisingly. I do want to say one thing. I don't know what's gotten into Maxey. I feel like I've seen him dunk more times this season than I have at any point in his career. He's trying to put people on posters.
I forgot to bring that up, man. That would have been the biggest dunk of his career. That was like straight up. He almost put that man, I think it was Micah Potter, right, on a poster.
Like, so.
That would have been crazy. Last game, he dunks on Anthony Edwards and Jaden McDaniels. Wasn't necessarily like a crazy poster, but he threw it down. But tonight, something different got into Tyrese Maxey. He's heard the criticism, man. He doesn't like it.
I think he's been hanging out with VJ too much. I think he's trying to dunk on everything he sees now, but I like it. It's nice to have the big fella back. I don't understand why Nurse didn't put Bona and Embiid together, knowing that Embiid Obviously, he was out for 2 weeks. Like, got to get him back to where he was defensively before the knee started hurting again. But I felt like they should have put Bona next to Embiid just for defense tonight. But it worked out. We won. Embiid still looks good offensively. VJ got to his spots, was super efficient tonight. Kelly gave us good minutes. I want him to play Trent and Wofford more, though. I want Nurse to play Trent and Wofford more, though. A lot more.
I think we're going to see it, especially if Barlow continues to struggle.
Yeah, but other than that, you just got to keep it rolling. We got a tough stretch of games coming up.
Yep.
Especially against Boston. I don't care if Jason Tatum isn't playing. Boston is. They got a Finals MVP on their team, so it's not like they got bums on the floor. Boston is really good, but
yep, they're good, man.
Tough stretch of games in March. Hope we could win. I just want to go over 500. That's it. Go over 500 in March. I'm happy.
It's going to be the most important stretch of the season, man. Cool. Fredo, appreciate you calling in, man.
Thank you. We can't wait for PG. PG, please come back.
Let's go. PG, we need you, man. No more, puff in the puff. You know what I mean? PG, we're going to need you, brother. We're going to need you. We're going to need that defense because, especially in this first quarter, man, woo, that defense could not stop anything. Anything. All right, we'll keep it going rapid fire, man. Great way to start us off. We try to get everybody involved in on the lines. Matter of fact, we got our boy downtown. He's running it back on the phone lines. Let's go see. Hold on, let me plug this in. Let's see what our guy downtown has to say from Virginia. Hold on. Let's get him on the phones here. Downtown from Virginia on the phone lines. Downtown, what's up, man? What you got for me?
What's up, RB? How you doing, bro? You doing all right?
I'm actually doing pretty good, man. For once, another non-cardiac win, man.
Wow. No cardiac pack tonight, huh? Wow.
Nope.
I don't even have to take my antacid tonight, man. Golly, what a great game. My goodness, man. And all included with Mr. Don't open until February 24th. After seven long grueling games he played, oh my God, he graces us with his presence. My gosh, man, what are we gonna do now? We're 2-0. Wow, whoopee. Now, I want to send a shout out to Tyrese Maxey and the everyday guys, Sixers, who suit up every game. Not that bobblehead, cellophane wrapped up big guy you call, oh man, he's the greatest since sliced bread. That buster ain't worth 2 cents. And I would ship him out as soon as possible. Now, I thought about this for a second, RB. You know what? If a Dean Bona was scoring about 20, maybe 15 to 20 points a game and getting about 10 rebounds a game, Mr. Cellophane Bobble Wrap would have been gone a long time ago.
Yeah, you're coming crazy at Joel tonight, man. Man. You're out on Joel, man.
Joel is nothing more than false. Okay, he scores 27 tonight. Big deal. Okay, is he gonna play tomorrow night? Tune in for the exciting adventures of dun, 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 dun. You know what I'm saying? It's always something with him, man. I got injury management, and as soon as he went out in the first quarter and didn't want to jump, soon as he went out, everything started flowing. Now, maybe it's me. I might be a little crazy, right? I've been known to say some bad things at times. But, man, Joel Embiid needs to go, bro. Or go to the bench. Put his butt on the bench, man. So just in case he goes to the IR ward or emergency care facility, man, y'all can wrap him up in bubble wrap and don't play him until April the 12th. That's what I would do.
All right, down. Yeah.
Let the team go.
You got anything else for me, man? Anything else on this game?
Oh, we good, bro.
We good?
You have a good night, man.
Appreciate you, man. Downtown from Virginia. Thank you, man. I don't know. I just can't do it tonight, bro. Like, I hear him. I think he's making valid points. Chat, rate that call 1 to 10. 10 being fire, 1 being a tomato. Was that facts or fluff? I don't know, man. It's hard for me to care about it tonight when they dominate a team that stinks. But it is true. You know, will Joel play next game? I don't know. Hope so. That's literally what everything hinges in the balance on. Joel Embiid playing games. It's kind of like a recurring theme forever. he downtown, it's funny, man, because he didn't call in for like 2 months. And last time I heard from him, every game, he was like, we're winning the chip. We're winning the chip. And now he just calls in to rant about Joel Embiid. It's crazy how time can change things. But, you know, certain things happen. I mean, I hear him. He did have some valid points. He did. All right, man. We're going to wrap it up with a few more callers. Let's go back to the Discord. We got our guy Mike on the Discord. Mike.
Hello?
Mike, what's up, man?
What's up, RB?
What you got for me, man?
I got 3 takes, man. So first of all, the old head on the phone just now was hilarious.
Shout out downtown from Virginia, man.
Listen, dude, Joel Embiid, I understand the frustration. I understand. We've all feel it and felt it. But, dude, Joel is like probably the most skilled center that's ever lived. Who would give up on that? You know? Like, as much of the downside that we've faced when it comes to his career, like, he's literally the most skilled, best shooting center that has ever like graced this game. And listen, man, I'll take that over anything. But anyway, I'm just really glad that we got this dub, man. We got this really tough stretch coming up, and I just hope that this momentum carries on. I don't care that it's the Pacers. I just feel like winning games is good for the team's morale.
Yep.
And I just hope that Tyrese is as aggressive as he's been the past 2 games. One thing I want to ask you, because like people, I tell you all the time, dude. Like, I really think Tyrese is going to be like an MVP in this league one day. I know a lot of people sleep on him, but what do you think about him participating in like the Olympic Games? Like, I really want to see him do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there was a list that came out today saying that he wouldn't even be on the list, which is insane. I don't believe that for a second, but I would like Maxey to be on the Olympic team, you know, get to play with some of the greats and like build those relationships like he already has. And I think it would put him on a showcase even more. But what I care about most is him being healthy for the season and ready to go. But I just have the utmost confidence in Tyrese Maxey. And even when he's in a slump like he was for 2 weeks, he just bounces right back and figures it out. You know, he never stops grinding. So that's why I like Maxey.
Yeah, dude. And freaking Quentin Grimes, he's definitely the pendulum. Like, him being the 6th man off the bench.
Yep.
Like, he will be the guy that swings games for us for sure. And hopefully, you know, he stays aggressive as well.
That's a great point too. Like, especially come playoff time, right? Like, they need Grimes to be that 3-point sniper. If he goes cold in a playoff series, you can can it. It's done. Like, they need Grimes.
Yeah, even if he goes cold from 3, if he just keeps that aggression on defense and is like attacking downhill, like he just needs to keep himself in rhythm that way so that the 3 can come. Because like I feel like he forces the 3s, and once he gets out of rhythm, then that way he kind of like falls back. And then just like starts doing dumb things like turning the ball over and his hands turn into potatoes. So like,
yeah, well, that would go to my point about like, which I've been saying like all night tonight. I just feel like there needs to be more creativity overall in the offense. Like, I feel like 90% of the game is just either Maxey ISO and Embiid ISO or just screen and roll pretty much. Like, I feel like there's a lot of shooting on this team, but they don't get them any looks. But that's just my personal take.
Yeah, definitely, man. Thank you for listening, bro.
Mike, thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it. Keep calling back in, bro. Shout out Mike on the Discord. Good takes. Good takes. Way to get them in, man. Yeah, I don't have much more to add other than, like I said, the offense just needs to keep flowing. And yeah, like every guy plays an important role. You know, if a couple of these guys go cold, I mean, if Maxey or Embiid was to go cold in the playoff series, yeah, there's no chance. Joel Embiid's just really good at basketball. So is Tyrese Maxey. Like, we talk about these guys. A lot of people criticize them. They're just good basketball players. They come back, you see the impact on the team. It's as simple as that. And again, we're in a world where they can both coexist. Doesn't have to be one or the other. I think they complement each other very well. They just have to be on the floor together. All right, last guy we're going to is Cool J on the Discord to wrap us up. Cool J, what's up?
RB.
What's up, Cool J?
Another great game tonight. Glad we're able to get back-to-back wins, especially going into this next stretch of games, because it's going to get even harder from here. Honestly, Maxey played a really great game. Glad to see Joel Embiid was back. He got 27 points. It's really good that he's back. He was able to get back together. Especially after missing 5 games. So
yeah, he dominated, man. Simple as that. I mean, this was a great game to do it against. But like I was just saying, he's just really good at basketball. Like, it's just, guy doesn't play for like 2.5 weeks, comes back, he's got like 20 points in the first 16 minutes of the game. Like, it's that easy.
For sure. Because they didn't take account of, we did do a couple of turn over the ball, like 5. The Pacers turn over the ball, took advantage of that, and also, we did lose to the Pacers in threes by 2, but that's we still got the win, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I think that the fourth quarter. I think there's one thing I want to point out is that I don't know why you brought Joel Embiid back for the fourth quarter instead of Andre Drummond. I don't know why the decision, but Drummond did come in and get his minutes. So
yeah, it was probably just to get him some reps. Honestly, that's the only thing I can think of really. But yeah, I mean they got him out eventually and it was fine. But I agree, they shouldn't have even brought him back.
Yeah, but overall, I would say great game. The next couple stretches, like Fredo said, Boston's a good team. The Spurs are on a heater.
Yep.
The Heat are are on and off. So it's gonna be a tough stretch of games coming up. So hopefully we can try and get a streak going and try and stay at the top above 500.
I agree, man. Cool J, thanks for calling in, man. Good stuff.
Thanks for having me in.
Shout out Cool J on the Discord. Shout out to the callers. Before we wrap up here, a live look at the NBA. Keep in mind the Heat and the Magic were right behind the Sixers half game tonight. The Heat are losing to the Milwaukee Bucks. 2 minutes to play. See if they can finish that out or not. Got the Pelicans beating the Warriors, which is nuts. The Celtics up by 4 on the Phoenix Suns. And the Magic play at 10:30 tonight. So, yeah, Miami losing that game would be very interesting. But nonetheless, man, Sixers have to worry about themselves. They will remain in the 6th seed for now and try to continue to handle business. 2 big games coming up against Miami, who has the 2nd best offense in the NBA, and the Boston Celtics, who are just really, they're just a fundamentally sound team, and they're dangerous. So we'll see, man. But anyway, that's all we got. Sixers get the W. Final score 135-108. Or I'm sorry, 135-114. Last game was 135-108. 2 back-to-back dominating wins. Joel Embiid's return results in a big-time win. Sixers trying to build some momentum now in what has been a very up-and-down, chaotic season. This is the Sixers postgame live show presented by Sleeper. Shout out to the mods, the members, the community, and everybody that makes this happen. Y'all are the best. Probably drop a video tomorrow, and then we'll see you on Thursday. Support us everywhere, man. Philly take against the world. Catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Peace.